Weidman. This fight clock brought to you by Toyo Tires, the official tire of UFC. Weidman in black.
All right, this is FU Sports on FU TV. I'm going to check and see if the stream is on. We got Chris Weidman in the ring.
ISO shot on the
lower this a little bit.
Right leg of Chris Weidman. Broke that leg with the first kick he threw at UFC 261 2 years ago.
Chris Weidman's been out the ring for 2 years. I didn't even know that.
Very talented wrestler.
I know he's been off, but like two years is a long time.
Like he's changed much at all. But if you know Tavares,
see if my microphone is going okay.
Knockout power, and he is a fighter.
I'm gonna check the audio in a second.
Tire of UFC.
And Tavares has been in there with everyone.
Yep.
Israel out of
all right, I'm trying to fix my stream.
Nate Marquardt in his.
All right, you're watching FU Sports right now. We got the return of Chris Weidman, and I'm going to be checking the link. We're here late as always. We're here right for the end of the prelims. It's towards the very end of the prelims. It's Chris Weidman eating a big right hand, getting rocked. But he seemed to recover from it quickly, but it was a big shot. And he's a rusty guy, man. Jab. It's Chris Weidman just eats a jab. And a leg kick. All right, this is a 3-round fight, so Chris is gonna have to step it up in the next round if he survives this one. He's kind of jumping in for a takedown, but he's not. Oh, we set it up that time through a jab to kind of get this dude's attention. Tavares versus Weidman's happening right now. Chris Weidman's circling back to the center of the ring. He's trying to. I mean, what he just did a second ago was a good way to set the takedown up because he wasn't even throwing anything. He was just shooting for the takedowns, which might get him caught. I'll give you 1 second. I have to sneeze. All right, it's not coming out. I cannot sneeze. I need to sneeze. All right. All right, so both fighters in the middle ring. Chris Weidman threw a left kick, deep kick, and got hit right in the nuts. Got kicked right in the dick. All right, I'm trying to go to this YouTube. I wish I had a freaking link on my cell phone. Check and see if the stream is on. All right, I'm going to check the audio because the last time we did this shit, there was no audio. Both fighters in the ring. Chris Weidman threw a left kick, deep kick, and got hit right in the nuts. Got kicked right in the dick. All right, I'm trying to go to this YouTube. I wish I had a freaking link on my phone. All right, so the audio's working, and you are watching FU Sports. We're watching Chris Weidman versus what's his name? Tavares. And Chris Weidman is taking a breather because he's just been kicked in the junk, right in the dick. FU Sports, everyone. Subscribe to FU TV on YouTube. FU TV is where it is. Okay, both fighters are back in the middle of the ring. Chris Weidman has possibly recovered from that nut shot, and I think that's very unlikely that he did. Tavares jumping in with the jab, and Chris Weidman circling, very, very timid, very hesitant. He doesn't kind of know how to approach, and I don't think he's thrown a single punch this round. And we're in round 1, if you guys don't know. There's a right hook from Chris Weidman that was blocked. Tavares likes to throw a kind of, he baits in. He kind of probes in with this flick jab, and then he throws a big right hand. Pretty predictable. Weidman just ate a nice leg kick right on where he got the surgery. In his previous fight, Weidman got his leg broken. He broke his leg. I think he threw a kick and it got checked and it broke. Weidman pressing forward. This is also the return of Weidman to the, I think this is middleweight. His previous fight before his broken leg, I think he was at light heavyweight. Chris Weidman was pretty damn big. He looks like a light heavyweight. He's eating some big kicks to that injured leg. Chris Weidman throwing a short left hook and another leg kick. This guy knows that Weidman had that injury, I'm guessing, because he's really targeting that leg. Okay, Weidman's leg has got all kinds of red welts on it and everything. It's pretty beat up, and he just ate another inside leg kick that made him lose his balance. That leg is pretty beat up. Yeah, the commentators in the UFC are calling out the damage on Weidman's leg already. This might have not been the best fight to come back on.
This has a long left hook. He used that to
Weidman just pressing forward, just probing in. He really looks very timid. Weidman's timid, and he's stepping in slowly. He really should just start checking these kicks if he can. Oh, he just faked he went for a single leg and wasn't able to do it. Tavares pulled back. Weidman pressing forward, not throwing any strikes at all. It's really weird. He's not throwing punches. He's not throwing kicks. He's just pressing forward. Get up. Hey, my dog's trying to get underneath my table over here. Gonna knock all my stuff down. All right, Chris Weidman throws a cheap kick to the belly and misses. A lot of ring rust here. Tavares comes in with two hooks. Real wild. A lot on him, but Weidman was able to avoid both of them. Yeah, that looks like that was a Tavares round, or if that's how you pronounce his name. Let's see. I'm checking some stuff over here. I just got right into the stream. I didn't even do the intro because if I did, I probably wouldn't have been able to do any kind of play-by-play for this fight. That was the end of round number 1. Okay, we're going to round number 2.
Fight!
You got Matt Serra talking to Chris Weidman right now in the corner. And you are watching FU Sports on FU TV on YouTube. Subscribe to FU TV, people. FU TV. It's one of the greatest sporting channels on in the entire world and throughout history. This will be possibly one of the greatest, if not the greatest, sporting channel in existence. I'm missing some features here on my computer. What the heck is going on? Okay, so what is going on? I'm doing it live, people. I'm doing it live. All right, round number 2 right now. Chris Weidman.
Fight!
Chris Weidman in the center of the ring, kind of putting those fingers towards the eyes. I don't know why they allow him to do that. He's doing what John Jones does. You know, when the guys come forward, he outstretches his fingers to kind of get the guy away from him. That's not cool to do. And I am eating a sausage sandwich that I made. It's got Italian sausages in it. I'm sorry about the ASMR. Weidman just catches a leg kick right to the head, but he blocked it, but it probably had an effect on him. So Weidman really needs to step it up. He's letting his opponent overwhelm him with strikes. Weidman just ate a big leg kick, and it hurt. He is hurt. He is now hopping around, waddling around the ring. That hurt his leg real bad. And it's because he's allowing his opponent to throw too many strikes. He is not trying to hit him. He's really just letting this guy beat on him. Weidman needs to step it up and start throwing some strikes. And his leg just got hurt. And I think it's the leg that was injured. A big right hook on Chris Weidman. Weidman looks pretty sturdy. He looks like he can take the punishment, but he's not dishing it back. He's not he's not throwing strikes. Weidman, you need to throw strikes, bro. Chris Weidman is currently being picked apart. He's allowing his opponent to overwhelm him with strikes, and he's come on, dude, he just needs to press forward. He needs to just bulldoze this guy. It's crazy because Chris Weidman has a pretty good assortment of strikes. He has good punching, he had good elbows, and now he's really not. Now he's throwing head kicks. Like what? What are you doing? There you go. You see that he's actually hurt Tavares. He's hurt him. And then Tavares kind of escapes. He was pinned on the cage, and Weidman was hitting him with right hands. A big head kick from Tavares. Weidman catches it, but, the arm still hit him in the head. And Chris Weidman gives him a kind of like mean face. Like mean look. Chris Weidman looks like he's really stepping it up. Like he's angry now. He's trying to kill this dude. He's tired of getting kicked in the leg. I think that's what it is. He has to shake off those cobwebs, and I think he's kind of and he got a takedown, but it was supposedly after a low blow. Chris Weidman looks like the cobwebs they're getting shooken off. And I'm going to be drinking a water, so you're going to hear a crack. Don't worry, it's not beer yet. All right, this kick, Chris Weidman. I don't think it really was a low blow, but Tavares is saying it was a low blow. It looked like it might have skimmed his trunks, but it hit him in the belly. This kind of a momentum killer for Weidman, because Weidman was just kind of like rallying. Right now, Tavares looks to be getting a 5-minute break for a low blow. I'm going to see if he takes it, because he looked like he's sort of wilting. And remember, people, you're watching the greatest channel on YouTube, or throughout the world, actually, and throughout history. FU Sports on FUTV. FUTV. I gotta mess with my mic because it is peaking. All right, they're showing a replay of Chris Weidman hitting this guy in the junk. We're just grazing him with this toenail right in the junk, right in the penis. Yeah, it looks like he took a toe to the dick. Yep, clipped his penis with a toe. All right, we're still looking at it because it's probably going to be a 5-minute break. It's going to be 5 minutes till they show. All right, the guys are back in the ring already. Wow, that's cool. He didn't take the 5 minutes. We're back, and we are fighting.
Fight.
Chris Weidman pressing forward and eating another leg kick. He needs to get aggressive. He got aggressive a minute ago, and it was working. So he needs to just step to the guy, dude. There's probably a lot of nerves because, you know, he hasn't fought in a while. All he's really got to do is got to pressure forward. That's it. Come on, Weidman. Weidman's pressing forward, tries to throw a teep kick to the stomach, misses. He's waddling a little. That leg hurts. Big overhand left from Weidman. Weidman has a double leg. He might get it. Tavares is pushing Weidman's head down. He does not want to allow him to get those two legs, and he's actually broken the grip. Weidman still has him. He might get him. Tavares is pinned up against the cage, and Weidman is still attempting this takedown, and he has failed. Tavares is spun around off his back, off the cage, and he's now back in the center of the ring. Chris Weidman is pressing forward. Tavares throws a big lead left kick, and Chris Weidman jumps back, and Tavares is not completely out of position. Chris Weidman throwing a big old head kick and missing. It's impressive that he's still able to throw these head kicks and everything. There's a lot of flexibility there. For the 39-year-old Chris Weidman. He's trying to make one more run at it, man. He wants to get that title, I guess. Chris Weidman throwing a big head kick and then mixing it up with a left straight and a big right hook. And he grazed him with the right hook. Another head kick. Weidman seems to be setting up his right hand off of the head kick, the left head kick. This seems like this might be a Weidman round. Weidman has Tavares pressed up against the cage right now, and he's hitting him with knees. He's short knees. The team at the UFC have the scoring of the round. They have Weidman under getting beat with the strikes in the second round. The round's not over yet. We have 25 seconds, but it's I think in the UFC it's also sort of like boxing. It's the cleaner, more effective, because I think Weidman has landed the better shots this round. Big head kick from Weidman. Didn't land, but it landed on the arms. And the way Tavares blocks, it probably didn't feel good the way those arms hit his face. See, Weidman is now blitzing forward, which is what he should have been doing from the beginning. You know, yeah, blitz forward, and that's the end of the second round. Actually, I'm going to fix the bell because... All right, that's the end of our second round. To me, it looked like Chris Weidman round. All right, and I'm going to take another bite out of my sandwich. All right, both fighters are in the corner. They're getting worked on. It looked like a Chris Weidman round. So if it was, whoever gets this round wins the fight. If it was a Weidman, I go for a knockout. I got to clean my hands. I got now stuff oil all over them. Let's just listen to this pay-per-view.
All right, next Saturday, one of the best featherweights of all time, the former champion.
Be right back.
Holloway battles another legend, one of the toughest fighters in the world, the Korean zombie, Chan Sung Jung. It is live next Saturday, August 26th on ESPN Plus. Early start time, 8 a.m. Eastern from Singapore. All right, third and final round of featured prelim to pay-per-view at the top of the hour.
Some very spirited and colorful advice in the corner of Chris Weidman from Matt Serra, urging Chris to have an FU attitude. Just move forward and take this fight.
Easily my favorite corner to listen to.
Oh, him and Ray Longo need a reality
They're
show.
the best.
Oh, there it is again.
Good vision there by Tavares defensively. No intent there, but it looked as though maybe that kick of Tavares grazed the cup area of Chris Weidman. We'll get your replay here shortly.
Yeah, that looked just like the other one. It went straight up in there.
All right, it looks like we got. I think it looks like we got another low blow. Oh, now we got it like we got like a knee to the balls. Looked like Tavares hit Chris Weidman with a dick knee. Hit him with a knee right to the nuts. It's a big old knee to the junk of Chris Weidman, and they. All right, so both guys are back in the middle of the ring.
Fight.
Here we go. This is to be the third low blow of the fight so far. We're in the third and final round. Got Chris Weidman pressing forward. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, we're all right. Chris Weidman eats a kick right to his knee. Weidman just really needs the pressure in. I think he's letting this guy hit him. He's letting the guy work. He needs some pressure in. Weidman's hurt again to the leg. It looks like the leg kicks are really getting to him. This guy knows that Weidman's coming off a leg injury, so he's really attacking that leg. I mean, the guy is pressuring real hard against Weidman. Weidman needs to. Looks like Weidman just checked that kick real good. It'd be crazy if this guy breaks his leg like Weidman checks it, and it's like Weidman's got it's all these legs getting broken. This guy's got an injured leg actually. I think Weidman just checked Tavares's kick, and the guy, you can tell his leg is hurt. Weidman just must be really good at checking kicks. That's what it is. Not enough pressure from Weidman. He is pressuring forward right now, but you need to throw some strikes with that pressure, bro. You need to throw some strikes. Weidman pressing forward, trying to get a takedown, it looks like. He's tied up with Tavares right now. Tried to sweep him, was unsuccessful. Weidman eats another leg kick. Oh, big head kick from Tavares, but it's blocked by Weidman. Weidman just needs to go in and start hitting the guy, you know? He's just waiting too much. Both fighters are in a clinch right now. Weidman gets pushed off. He gets shaken off. Now Weidman pressing forward again. Weidman checking a kick. Weidman's legs are just all kinds of busted up. This guy's just been, well, I don't know what just happened. Something happened where they're now showing a commercial. Okay, this is glitched. My stream has glitched. They're not showing both the fighters in the back room with shadow boxing, but why would there be shadow boxing? The event's already started. And now it's gone to commercial. What the hell is happening? I'll be right back. There's something wrong with the stream. I think this is on ESPN, and the ESPN app I have is glitching out. I'm watching a commercial for some kind of running. It's like, this is not the Weidman fight. I'm going to tell you what happened after this commercial. Hopefully it goes to back to where it's supposed to be, which is back to the card. You got an advertisement here from some something called Epics or Epic. Wow, this is weird. Just take time to think. I'm seeing all kinds of commercials right now. Let's see, coverage. It says TNT Sports coverage. Okay, I'm just watching advertisements. This program contains flashing images and scenes of violence. That's what it's showing me right now on the screen. Okay, what's going on? All right, so this is completely glitched out. This is showing the very beginning of the Weidman fight. So I'm going to refresh this. I'm going to see what the hell's going on here. There's definitely glitching. I'm going to try to fix this stream right now. All right, so right now what I'm seeing is Chris Weidman in the corner, bent over. I think the fight's over with. I don't know what happened. I have no idea. We're going to find out right now. I'm going to make a guess that Weidman, either the fight has come to an end or Weidman was stopped. I don't know, but Weidman is he's hobbling all around the ring. He's you could tell his legs hurt. This guy just he targeted his legs because he knew he had the surgery. Yeah. Weidman just pushed him and smiled. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's just some sportsman-like thing. Yeah, Weidman looks to be in pretty good shape. Not as big as he used to be. But let's see. I'm going to guess Weidman didn't win. It looks like Weidman lost. So, yes, probably a disappointing outcome for Weidman. But it was a tough fight. It was a rough fight. So it definitely shows that Weidman is still durable. He was able to take the punishment and not get knocked out or even really hurt. So this looks like this is the end of the prelims. I'm going to go to the pay-per-view right now. Just give me a minute and I'm going to turn those pay-per-view on and we'll see. We'll just, I'll do the play-by-play of the pay-per-view. It is rainy out here, isn't it? It's really rainy, guys. You know what you need when it's rainy like this? I'll tell you what you need. You need to subscribe to FUTV, and you can find us at twitch.com and rumble.com. And if you subscribe to FUTV and follow us on Rumble or Twitch, we'll give you a FU branded poncho as appreciation. And now I'm gonna look for I'm gonna be looking for the other pay-per-view. So, well, I'm going to be looking for the pay-per-view, not the other pay-per-view, because we're only watching one pay-per-view here, people. Just one. So, I'll be right back. I'm going to be looking for that pay-per-view. Okay, so I'm going to open up the stream. Let's see. Just give me a moment. Bear with me. All right, so the pay-per-view is starting right now. We are watching UFC. I think it's... Wait, I gotta look up the number of the UFC event. Just give me a moment. Which UFC is this? I hope I filled out the thing correctly. Hope I filled out the stream correctly. I'm gonna go see what I put as the name of the stream. Okay, so we're watching UFC 292. We're almost at UFC 300. Isn't that amazing? All right, you're watching UFC 292 on FU. Fans Unite. Well, actually, this channel's name is FUTV. This has all the different programming of the FU brand, bro. All right, so I'm fixing this stream. I don't know what the hell just happened. It like shut down the link I'm watching the UFC event on. So I'm gonna move this over here and see if I can get this to show up for me, because I can't do play-by-play if I can't even watch what we're doing the play-by-play for. All right, let's see.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
All right, just give me a moment. I'm trying to get the stream to work, and then I will be doing play-by-play. Okay. I'm waiting for Bob also. She said she'd be coming over here later on. I'm waiting for my Bob to get here. The Bobs. Everybody loves Bob. All right, let's see this. Okay. Let's see. I am trying to fix my stream here. I don't know what's going on. It's locked up, but it's going to be on in a second. I'll have it. I got it. I got this, bro. But you know, on a rainy night like this, you know, you just want to play some Streets of Rage and just slam on some buttons. And now we're going to listen to the intro to the UFC pay-per-view UFC 292.
Of the ranks with merciless ease, taking out back-to-back champions to claim the title. One of the all-time finishers at 115 pounds. Explosive from anywhere. And always ready to engage in a war. Faces off with a fiery Brazilian contender on a mission of her own.
You are watching FU Sports on FUTV. Subscribe now. And remember, KO!
But to put the rest of the
What
division
the
on
fuck
notice
is this
that a
piece
new
of
queen
All right.
has arrived. History is ready to be made in America's most historic city. It's time to let the fish fly and find out who's left standing alone atop the throne. Live from the sold-out TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, it's UFC 292, Sterling versus O'Malley. It starts right now.
All right, so we got Aljamain Sterling versus Sean O'Malley. That is the main event. They are fighting right now in Boston. Because O'Malley's trying to pose himself. He's Irish, I think. Even though he tries to look like a trap rapper. Is that a big thing for the Irish, listening to trap rap? I'm trying to see if I can get Bob over here. And I'm going to listen to the audio to see if it's working, because this fucks up a lot.
The stream is on. All right, I'm going to check the audio.
There's always something fucking up with these streams.
Even though he tries to look like a trap rapper.
Okay, sorry if you heard any liquid there. I'm drinking a seltzer water. I probably got to check my sensitivity, because that just picked up all that fucking seltzer water sound. Let's see. I bet you my sensitivity settings on my computer are at probably 100, because Windows keeps doing this weird thing where it changes the sensitivity. All right, when it comes to the UFC, obviously, if you're watching this right now, we're going to be doing a live play-by-play of UFC 292. The UFC, no fights have started yet. They're now building up the pay-per-view. You got that guy, John Hannick, or whatever the hell his name is. He is now talking a bunch. Let's listen to him. You got Joe the scumbag Rogan. That's the same guy that made up this bullshit about Pedro quitting in the O'Malley fight, because Pedro was beating O'Malley's ass. He was hitting him with all kinds of leg kicks, punching his face off, and then O'Malley has to he has to kick him in the dick and then poke him in the eye twice. And then Rogan goes, Pedro was looking for a way out of the fight. And O'Malley's the new scumbag. They're trying to push this kid because he's a degenerate piece of trash. So they're pushing him as hard as possible. They want him to win. That's why, if you see my graphic there, this is the new cash cow they want. But this is also a statement about society, that this is the hero, that they're okay with this guy being their hero. Sean O'Malley, the guy that who openly cheats on his wife, and she cheats on him, and they have a fucking child. They have a child, and he's going out there fucking all these women. His wife's out there doing dudes, and they're just like, oh yeah, we're in an open relationship. Yeah, okay. And so they want to push this fucking dude who was on the internet smoking weed and doing drugs. Aljamain Sterling, not Aljamain Sterling. Henry Cejudo said it best. His name is Sean. He's Ronald Meth Donald, right? He looks like a meth head. All right, so they're building up Sean O'Malley right now. Their new star, who looks like he's got fruit pebbles for hair. All right. He got a robbery win versus Jan, and he got a robbery win versus, well, it wasn't really a win versus Pedro, but the way the UFC posed it was like it was a win. Yeah, he's okay. He's an okay striker, but he's hyped. He's a hyped up guy. Like I said, he's degenerate. So this is the kind of guys they push in the sport. He knocks out a couple of stiffs, and they make it like he's something great. He's a silly clown, and Aljamain better dominate him, because if he doesn't dominate him, they're gonna rob him. It looks funny that Aljamain has like green string that he's braided into his hair, and I'm guessing he's doing that because he's going against a clown, so he has to make himself look clownish a little too. Maybe if he made his beard orange, purple, and green, people would respect him more. Okay, so You got Joe Rogan. I wish I think the UFC is going to be better when Rogan's not here anymore. Right? Let's get rid of him.
Championship stakes as well. Strawweight title on the line. Zhang Weili taking on Amanda Lemos. DC, you have lauded Zhang Weili as one of the best athletes you've ever seen. A lot of people believe on the women's side she's #1 pound for pound.
Absolutely. We did a list yesterday on the weigh-in show, and everybody chose her as the #1 pound fighter because when she's on her game, she can do everything. We have seen the heart on this.
They're now showing Zhang Weili just landed all kinds of strikes on these different women, smashing them with knees and everything. Just total destruction. I'd like to see her fight Rose again. I don't know what happened in the rematch with Rose. I don't remember. I think she lost. I gotta watch it again. It's been a little while. All right, so I think we have a women's fight coming up right now. They're building up the Zhang Weili fight, if that's her name. And they're showing her opponent right now, beating on these different women. A decent striker. She has very Karen-like hair. I forgot her name. All right, so we got her just knocking out a bunch of people. She's got nice frosted tips, and she's landing lefts and rights on these ladies. All kinds of punches.
Well, she is an absolute Brazilian bomber. She believes, does Lemos, that it is her destiny to leave Boston as the UFC strawweight champion. We are absolutely thrilled to be here, if you can't tell. Here's a look at what's coming your way live on pay-per-view tonight. Let's go. The rest of the card is brought to you by Heart of Stone. Gal Gadot stars in the epic globe-trotting action-packed movie Heart of Stone, now playing only on Netflix, rated PG-13. Also,
all right, so they're still building up the next fight.
Submission.
Let's see.
History. Now he steps up on the shortest of notice for a second fight in as many weeks. He will face the MMA Labs' Mario Bautista. Unassuming outside the octagon, but an absolute force in competition. And a fifth straight.
We're going to be checking our scorecard.
Could mean a major opportunity later this year.
Let's see. Actually,
bantamweight contender. Well, Neil Magny sure gets called out a lot for a guy who has.
Wish I could see if my scorecard's working and make a wild guess that it's glitched.
Everybody else all time.
Okay, I'm gonna have to move that around.
Magny looks to make it 3 wins in his last 4 as he draws the oncoming Irishman Ian Machado Gary. He has backed up all of the hype and bravado with major results in the UFC thus far. And tonight, Gary will look to assert himself further upon this division and improve his overall record to 13-0.
Everyone in the order knew Anakin Skywalker. You would live to see what
Scorecard's always screwing up. I really have to do a better system with this. All right, that scorecard. I have to completely change my method of doing that because this scorecard is always broken.
Master, it's my responsibility to prepare you.
I actually adjusted it earlier.
Look out for you.
I could use the help. Once a rebel, always.
Well, I adjusted that scorecard earlier. It was all fixed, and now it's broken again. Yeah, I just need to. I need to come up with a better way of doing that. Doing it with this photo program, it's not really working out well. I mean, I could adjust it again, but I'm in the middle of the stream, so I kind of don't feel like it. Okay, so we'll probably just score the stuff verbally. Okay, my stream is on.
Heart
Okay.
of Stone, now playing only on Netflix, rated PG-13. 3 judges score the fight. The bout duration is 3 5-minute rounds, but for championship fights and all UFC main events, we go 5 5-minute rounds. A 10-point muff.
All right, so we're still waiting for the very first fight of the main card. This is looking like a freaking boxing card over here because they're taking forever to start fighting. All right, so what's going on here, UFC? Let's see some fights. All right, so waiting and waiting and waiting. All right, so they're now the camera's circling the UFC ring, and it is still empty. There's nothing there. It's just an empty ring with a bunch of fans wooing and hollering and all that. All right, we're gonna see what is the first fight. Is this on TNT or something? Because on the card I see TNT in the corner. Also, Pedro Munoz is fighting tonight? That's some bullshit. That's dumb bullshit. They have him fighting Vera. I guess this is to set up a rematch between Pedro and or Munoz. Either one of both these guys truly beat O'Malley. O'Malley got a robbery win versus Pedro, and then Vera, Vera beat him. He actually beat his ass. He beat him actually very easily. O'Malley's not very good. He's okay. He's not exactly the best fighter in the world. All right, they're now building up the Pedro fight and the Vera. Here you go. I'm just checking this out right now.
Dominic Cruz and Frankie Edgar lifted Marlon Vera to the elite level. And when you also consider his 2020 win over tonight's world title challenger Sean O'Malley, it's clear a big victory tonight could push Cheetah championship conversation.
Fighting for the belt is my dream. Being a world champion is my dream, and it's something that will happen. So tonight, a big win, a solid performance would put me right there for the title shot, and I'm looking forward to it.
With 5 world champion opponents on his resume to date, Pedro Munoz clearly has never ducked a challenge during his time in the UFC. That bold attitude and conviction in his skill set holds strong here again.
All right, they're building up the fight.
As the Brazilian.
You're watching UFC 292 on FU. Fans unite. This is FU TV, people. FU TV. FU Sports. Subscribe. And follow us on Rumble and on Twitch. But on Twitch, we are FU Sports. And on Rumble, we are FU Sports. On YouTube, we run it all through FU TV. So you have to subscribe to FU TV. And with that, you get, FU Gaming, FU Theater, and FU Sports. And I'm probably going to be adding some more FUs to that. And we are watching the build-up right now to this this first fight of the card. Of the main card. All right, Pedro Munoz is now walking to the ring. He's smiling. He's looking confident. This guy is no joke. He's a very good fighter, and Sean O'Malley got to duck him. He poked him in the eye and was given a media win, a fake win. It was a no contest, but the UFC scumbags and Joe Rogan pretended that this bum beat him. They're pretending that bum O'Malley beat Pedro, and he didn't. You see that a lot when you got the media machine working. You see that a lot when you got the media working for these these little scumbags. Like they'll go and they'll just lie all day. Like it happens in boxing all the time. They can literally punch a guy in the dick, get a fake TKO, and people say, "Oh, well, the media would say he quit," and that's exactly what they did to Pedro. You had Joe Rogan out there saying, "Yeah, I think Pedro was just looking for a way out," and he says this just to, he shits on this fighter just to build up O'Malley, the scumbag. So hopefully Aljamain chokes this dude out in the first round. Just so then, just brush him under the rug, and then Pedro can knock his ass out, and then Vera can knock his ass out, and just keep knocking him down the ranks. And then Jan can rematch him and knock him out. Because the cream rises to the top. That's what it is, right? This guy ain't the cream. He ain't the cream of the crop. He ain't. But they want to build him up like he is. Because he got red hair and he's a fucking clown. He smokes weed and cheats on his wife and basically cheats on his kid. You're going out there fucking other women? What the hell's going on with you? And your wife's going and fucking other men? What the fuck is wrong with you? Piece of shit. All right. So we got Ronald McDonald coming up later. And with that said, the stuff I just said, so judgmental. I don't like to do that, but they're just pushing this trash dude. And Joe Pesci's got some...
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Exactly, Joe. Look at him. Just look at him. All right, we're going to be watching... we got Vera's walking the ring right now. He's doing almost like a capoeira. Capoeira. You ever saw A Bound by Honor? I think that's what it's called. The movie where they do the capoeira. Banana way. You know that? Do you remember? Ring a bell? Eddie Gordo, that kind of thing, you know. All right, whatever. Let's listen to a little bit of the pay-per-view.
This one because we got your mic fixed. This is the most decorated finisher in UFC bantamweight
Eddie
history.
Gordo's from Tekken 3. That's right, Kevin.
California cool, baby. Look at Marlon Cheeto Vera. Everybody loves Cheeto. Bro, I watch him just the way he operates around people.
Chino looks sort of like God of War from the video game God of War, just not as muscular.
He walks around, he seems like nothing bothers him. He just loves to be in.
Well, both fighters walked to the ring like very relaxed. They were smiling. Chino's doing dancing, but he's not really like, you don't see a smile on his face. He just looks very cold and serious. I think Chino, I forgot who he fought someone and lost. I don't remember. I think it might have been his previous fight. Or I don't know which one came first. If he lost or he beat, what's his name? I think he beat, Chino beat Dominic Cruz in his last fight. I could be wrong. Let's see if they show it on the screen. I don't remember. He might have fought this other guy. There was this other, I think, Sandhagen. I think that's who he fought last, and I think he lost on points. Either way, great fighter. Let's see it. He's Chino's in the ring right now.
Right. After losing to Sandhagen would be absolutely devastating. Cheeto Vera is an animal, and I expect to see a very focused.
I don't know if it's Chino or Cheeto.
Vera than the Corey Sandhagen fight. I think he gets better. Every time you see him come out, he's a tireless worker, and this is a huge fight for him tonight.
All right, with that backdrop, this tale of the tape is brought to you by VeChain, the official blockchain of UFC. Marlon Cheeto Vera is 30. Pedro Munoz still among the elite at 36. Marlon Vera taller by a couple of inches, more pronounced in reach.
It's a pretty crazy reach. Vera has a 70-inch reach, and Munoz has a 65-inch. So he's always at a reach disadvantage, really, right? And we got Bruce Buffer right now in the ring doing his weird faces he does. All right, let's listen to this.
Sterling versus O'Malley, presented by Crypto.com, the world's leading cryptocurrency platform. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 20 wins.
All right, so calling out the fighters.
He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall.
Yeah, and that O'Malley fight should have been a win for Pedro, but he got robbed.
The number 10 ranked UFC bantamweight contender in the world, Pedro, the young Punisher.
Okay, so my phone is dead. I'm gonna need to charge this a little bit.
Now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 20 wins, 8 losses, 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds, fighting out of Chornomami, Ecuador, presenting the number 6 ranked UFC bantamweight contender in the world, Marlon Cheeto Vera.
See if I can get my MMA card to work. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get the MMA card to work again. See if I fix it. I reset it. It's still broken. It's still fucking broken. All right, it's this fucking thing here, man. I bet. Okay, that's completely broken. Okay, now Cheeto and Vera and Munoz are now in the middle of the ring. The fight has begun. Still trying to fix that fucking scorecard. The fight has begun. All right, it's round 1, everybody. Round number 1. Anybody that's just joined. Munoz is throwing leg kicks. He got dropped, but I think he might have tripped. And then Vera tried to kick Munoz in the head. Munoz is kind of bouncing around, fainting a lot. Vera is very still. He's very still. He doesn't give you a lot. He doesn't give a lot away. Munoz throwing a big spinning back kick and missing. Munoz eating a small jab. He's pressing him real hard coming forward. You got to watch out. He might walk into something. Vera looks like he's trying to time him maybe. A lot of energy expelled from Pedro. But Pedro is like, he knows it's a 3-round fight, so you don't have to worry too much about gassing out. I mean, this is a high-level fighter. Pedro isn't like I think he's like a 5-round fighter. He isn't, he's probably not going to gas. All right, Pedro is he's fighting a little nervous. He's turning towards the right, lands a teep kick. A lot of activity from Pedro, not much from Vera. Vera's very stiff. He's very stoic in there. He doesn't give a lot away, but he's really not working very hard. Vera pressing forward. Throwing a kick and getting a check. Pedro lands 2 kicks in a row. Vera throws a teep kick and misses, and throws a jab and misses. Pedro closing that gap. Looking way smaller. Vera looks bigger than Pedro. Pedro's pretty much smaller than everybody. Yeah, I don't like the way Pedro throws that right and left hook. It looks like he was kind of leaning into the shots. He could get knocked out doing that kind of stuff. Vera throws a jab and it gets swatted down. Pedro just pressing forward while Vera stands his ground. All right, Pedro trying to feint, throws 2 little jabs just to set up the right hand, then he goes for a single leg takedown and stuffed. Vera hits Pedro with a nice leg kick. Not too hard, but it touched him. Little touch jab from Vera. Vera throws another jab. Not really anything on it. Really didn't land solid. It was a grazing shot. Pedro's the aggressor in this fight. He's really pressing forward the whole time. All right, they're both men in the center of the ring. Pedro pressing forward, landing a leg kick on Vera. Vera landing a good straight left hand. And looks like a knee as Pedro came in. Pedro's eating a couple of shots here. Vera's starting to open up. He's trying to wait to react to what Pedro is doing. He's not really he's not setting the pace. He's just stopping the train that's coming forward at him. Now Pedro seems to be a little more hesitant to punch. He's slowed down a little bit. But he is throwing a lot more activity than Vera is. Vera throwing a barrage of punches, lands 1 out of like 6 punches. Pedro still pressing forward, lands a straight left hand. Vera throws a jab, left uppercut, and Pedro hits him with a straight punch in the top of the head. Pedro throws a big looping overhand right, and it looks like it was maybe possibly grazing on the top of the head of Vera. Vera throwing this weird kind of up kick. You know, that kind of kicks when it goes up and then comes down with the heel. He threw that. It didn't look like he had enough extension on it. He's trying some weird stuff. And it didn't seem like he had the flexibility to complete it. We had leg kick from Vera. I mean, even though I think Vera's landed a good amount of punches here, it looks like he might lose this round because there's just not enough activity from him. The judges are going to see this. They're probably going to be, for this round, they might go for Pedro. Pedro's pressing forward, really just pressing the action. The smaller man is throwing a lot of pressure from Pedro. Pedro coming in. I think he's trying to land that straight right hand. Vera moving back. Vera just fighting kind of lazy. He's just not throwing much. Pedro coming in. Pressing forward. Now he's kind of standing his ground. Pedro's face is a little busted up. It looks like he's got some blood on the bridge of his nose. Maybe his nose is broken, possibly. Pedro just pressing forward hard. Taunting, talking shit. Nice left hand from Vera. As Pedro steps in, he gets hit with a left hand. It's a hard round to score. We're going to listen to the commentators and see what they're thinking.
Electrolytes now available at Walmart.
I'm going to put some water in for you. Let's figure out this breathing. Okay, listen, just rest as much as you want. Now listen, we need to move more. We need to move our head a little more, okay? We need to start using he's lowering his head a lot. You need to use the uppercut a little more.
Here's a nice jab from Marlon. Another beautiful jab by Cheeto.
We're going into round number 2.
Nose from there's a low kick by Pedro.
And I am testing the MMA card for the 1,000th time. You can't stop me. It's going to work at some point in the future. Watch. All right, that looks fucked up.
The past, present, and future of combat sports lives on UFC Fight Pass. Watch 30 years of combat sports history with the world's largest combat sports library.
I wish I could get rid of that score thing there.
Exclusive combat sports organizations from around the globe with live events every weekend. Download the UFC app now. All right, here we go, round 2. Conan Silveira looking for a little bit more defensive movement, responsibility from Munoz.
All right, so it looks like trash, but guess what? It freaking works. I'm going to be scoring the O'Malley fight. I will be fixing that in the next few days. I'll be fixing that in the next couple of days. Don't you worry. Don't you fucking worry. I know it's broken all the time, but I don't care. I'm fixing it. All right, you got Munoz is walking forward. Pedro a little busted up from the previous round. Vera's just swatting away Pedro's. Oh, big left looping hook from Pedro. Pedro's not really able to find his range. He's having some issues here. Both fighters in the center of the ring. Pedro kind of bouncing, darting in and out. Vera kind of like a sharpshooter, very stoic. Not a lot of used energy from him. He's a sharpshooter, you know. He sets you up. He's stoic. You think, oh well, this guy don't throw many strikes, and then bam, he hits you once, you're knocked out. Looks like Pedro's Vera's got Vera's got Pedro's respect. Because Pedro's really not throwing much. He's having some issues. He's pulling back a little too much when he throws his big right hook. That could be one of the reasons he's off the mark. He's having a lot of issues landing anything really solid on Vera. Vera eats a leg kick. Yeah, Pedro's just kind of jangly, you know, kind of herky-jerky style. Doing a lot of feinting with the arms and the legs, and then lands a left hook. Vera throws a jab straight. Vera switching stances, his southpaw, throwing a little jab and then a straight left hand and missing everything. Pedro's just throwing strikes from everywhere. Throwing a lot of strikes, but he's not landing very solid. Both fighters in the center of the ring. Vera throws a jab. A right hand misses both. Pedro throws a big right hand, misses. Deep kick right in the knee on Pedro, and it lands from Vera. Vera eats a grazing right hook. And then Pedro throws a spinning back kick and misses. Yep. Not a lot of work from Vera. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they want Vera to fight O'Malley at some point again. So, you know, I just don't know who they're going for. It's a hard fight to score. I mean, are you going to go for activity or you know, precision? You know, because Vera is landing. When he throws, he usually lands. Where Pedro will throw 10 strikes and land like 2. Here you got Pedro throwing a right hand and grazes the chin of Vera. Vera checks a kick from Pedro and then throws a jab and misses. And then a straight left hand and misses. And then another jab and misses. And then Pedro steps in and hits Vera with an inside leg kick and lands solid. Vera mixed up a jab straight and then a kick and missed all 3 strikes. Pedro bouncing in and out, moving his head off the line, coming in with a right hand and then landing a short left hook and lands right on the chin of Vera. Pedro's very herky-jerky style. It's hard to read what he's going to be throwing next. And he throws so many different strikes from so many different angles. Big left straight from Pedro. Seems to have grazed the chin of Vera. The inside leg kick from Pedro lands. Vera throws a straight left hand and misses. Vera doesn't really transfer his weight a lot. He lands a decent right hook on Vera just landed a decent right hook and then a small poking jab. No weight, kind of like a lot of arm punches from Vera. Oh, little jab from Pedro. Lands right on Vera's face. It's a leg kick from Pedro. A jab from Vera is deflected. And then a jab, right hand from Vera, both miss. Pedro's stepping in, kind of just small steps coming in, and lands an inside leg kick on Vera, and then lands a right hook. And then it looks like he landed a left hook. Not super solid, but they are touching and they are scoring. The big looping right hand from Pedro. Both land, both shots. And Vera throws a jab, kind of a poke. He pokes with that left hand and then throws a better, right hand. Big right hook from Pedro lands. Pedro stepping in. And okay, I got something going on in my stream here. I got to turn this off. Okay, so it looks like, to me, it looks like a Pedro round here. Big inside leg kick from Pedro and then a left hook, and then Pedro pushes Vera back. It looks like to me it was a Pedro round. But we're gonna listen to what the UFC.
There you go. You got some energy.
So let's listen to this UFC, guys.
Like, come on, and we've been winning this fight, so good. All right, let's still put it on in this round. Let's push him back. Your butts his whole face up. I'll tell you, I love that jab, bud. It's beautiful. You're touching him. All right, you're sinking that left hook to the body too a little bit. But again, sorry, go ahead. You did it one time. You did punch your way in. You know, to give yourself a second go. Let's see if we can get a second go. All right. Let's push this guy back. If you get in some kind of clinch,
I need you to give me everything that you got. Okay? You are conditioned and you're prepared for this. Are you listening to me? Listen. This fight is really tight. We need to continue to pressure him. He's trying to stall you, okay? Every time you pressure him, just continue things. Continue feinting. Continue pressuring him. Go take him against the cage. It combos all the time. It comes all the time.
All right, so we're in round number 3, the final round of this fight.
Round 3 is brought to you by The Equalizer 3, starring Denzel Washington. Witness the final chapter exclusively in movie theaters September 1st.
All right.
You may have caught the numbers.
We're going to be scoring the main event. That's what the card is for. We're going into the third round, the final round. I thought Pedro won the second round, and Vera might have won the first. We got both men in the center of the ring. Pedro pressuring forward. He knows he needs to take it to this guy. Pedro landing 2 leg kicks in a row. Vera throwing a jab. Pedro shooting in, cutting off to the left, and then landing a left hook. Pedro just really needs to step it up because they will take it from him even if he does win this round. Maybe he needs to drop him or something. Vera is a sharp shooter, but not a hard worker. Not in the ring. It's a 5-round fight, you know, and Pedro knows to throw a lot more strikes. Vera throwing a lot of straight lefts and rights, one after another, like a machine gun, but not really landing anything solid. Pedro's very hesitant to jump in. I think he's afraid to get hit, and Pedro throws a jab and then shoots in a right hook to the body and lands. He needs to close that gap because there is a reach advantage here for Vera. Pedro just needs to kind of bulldoze his way in right now. Looks like Vera was trying to set up a elbow, and Pedro saw it and stepped back. Left hook from Pedro, and then he eats a jab in return. Both men in the center of the ring. Vera landing a nice left jab there. And Vera just waiting, throws a deep kick, and kind of shoots a kick to the chin, right down the middle, but he missed. Okay, we got a nice left hook to the body and a right hook up top from Vera, and then Pedro lands a big left hook. This round is almost even. We have 3 minutes and 26 seconds left. Pedro really needs to start bringing it to Vera if he wants to win this fight, because I think they're going to give it to Vera because his punches are maybe a little more flashy, where Pedro's throwing a lot more strikes. Here's a jab from Pedro. I mean, I think Pedro's outlanding him. There's a right hook from Pedro that hits Vera right in the orbital. There's a jab landed from Vera. Pedro just dancing around. He just needs to throw one. There's a big overhand right from Vera. I'm not too big on the way he threw it, and looked like he didn't turn it over correctly. A big right hook from Pedro. Pedro throwing a jab and missing. Vera kind of standing there. A left hook to the body of Pedro, and Vera lands it. Looks like it hurt. There's a right hook from Pedro. Lands on Vera's face. Pedro just really needs to step it up. He needs to get in close because this guy, there's a right straight landed from Pedro. Pedro got very fast hands, but he needs to step in forward. He doesn't really have his range. He hasn't found his range yet. He looks like he switched stances back to a right hand stance and lands a straight right hand to the body. Pedro just standing in the center of the ring, bouncing up and down. Vera, very, like I said earlier, stoic, and then Vera eating a right kick to the leg, to his lead leg, and then Pedro throwing a right straight, almost landing right on the chin, but missing. Vera kind of just standing around, waiting to react to what Pedro has done. Pedro's just swinging out these wild left hooks now, left and right hook. Really needs to watch what he's doing. Pedro's face is all kinds of busted up right now. It seems like Vera's just he's good, you know. He's good at picking you apart. And he hits you with some decent shots. Maybe he has heavy hands or something because I mean Pedro hasn't been hit very much, but his face is all broken up. He's the one who's the aggressor, so maybe he's just jumping into shots. There's a big head kick from Vera and it misses. Well, it landed on the target, you know, but Pedro blocked it. Pedro's trying to close that gap. He's having lots of issues closing this gap. And Vera looks enormous compared to Pedro. Big leg kick from Pedro. Vera just standing, waiting to react to what Pedro is doing. That's what it looks like. All right, both men bouncing in the middle of the ring, not throwing anything. Okay, so we got 43 seconds left in the third round. You gotta make. Someone's got to do something here. Come on. Someone's got to do something. Pedro lands a straight 2 kicks to the body in a row. It looked like the second one went almost low. Vera throws a big straight left hand and misses. It's a pretty even fight. You might be able to call it a draw. A lot of missed strikes from Pedro, and a lot of miss. Oh, big right hand from Pedro. Lands right on Vera's face. I don't know. This is a close fight. Pedro doing a catch and shoot. You don't see that a lot in MMA. That's a big boxing technique. Big spinning back kick from Pedro. And then Vera puts his hands behind his back to end the fight. And then Pedro slaps him in the face. He slapped him in the face twice. He just keeps slapping him in the face. Damn. Pedro just loves slapping him in the face. Yep, and Vera takes it. He's like, oh, that's okay. You can slap my face. They're showing some of the highlights of the round.
Vera, as he avoids the counters, there's that beautiful jab by Marlon Vera. Left hook to the body, right hand over the top by Vera. Look at that jab. I mean, a thing of beauty. Pops him with that jab.
Never long without a fight.
We are going to the decision. This is the end of the fight. We are going to the decision. This is the end of the fight. It's a 3-round fight we had. And you're watching FU Sports, people. FU Sports. FU Sports on FU TV. Subscribe.
UFC.com/PPV. Everywhere else.
This is UFC 292.
Marlon Chito Vera. Pedro Munoz awaiting the scorecards. Bruce Buffer has them.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Marlon Chito.
All right, so it looks like Vera's won, but we're going to listen to the post-fight and see if he calls anyone out. I'm going to guess he wants the winner of the O'Malley-Sterling fight.
Second round, the damage seems to reign in 2023, and Marlon Chito Vera is the winner tonight.
Yeah, very interesting that second round. I would have given that round to Munoz, but it was close. And look at the face of Marlon Chito Vera. Shows no damage.
Oh, good to see Jay Stokes in the building here for UFC 292. Also with us, Mackenzie Dern. Perhaps we'll see her later this year. Calvin Kattar, one of Boston's finest, Kattar Mania in the house here tonight. Also with us, Alex Pineda and Bilal Muhammad, 2 of the better pound-for-pound fighters in the world today. Well, DraftKings Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of UFC. Download the app now to claim your exclusive offer.
All right, so it looks like they didn't even get a fucking interview with Vera. Like the guy walked up and there was no interview. What the hell? What the fuck was that shit? What the fuck was that garbage? And this is why it's raining, because the UFC is using too much bullshit. They're just doing bullshit. They're not even gonna get an interview with Vera. Let me guess, because you want to protect your golden goose O'Malley. where you're probably gonna rob Sterling, and you don't want to have Vera coming up there and beating this guy's ass again, do you? I bet you what they're gonna do is that they'll rob O'Malley. Oh, sorry, they'll rob Sterling, and then they'll have Henry Cejudo return and have him fight O'Malley, right? Because there was a lot of like trash talk there from Cejudo. That would be my guess. That's what they would do. They wouldn't have him fight Vera, not yet, maybe, because Vera would beat the shit out of him just like he did the last time. All right, so the card right now is in a commercial break. This is UFC 292 on FU Sports on FU TV. This is FU Sports on FU TV. Just remember, we love you.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
All right, they're at commercial. We're waiting. And I have a cough. Acid reflux is a hell of a thing, people. Yeah, I wish my phone was still charged. I have to charge my phone up a little. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my phone charger. I'm going to go get the FU Sports phone charger. Let's see this. I'll put on some Streets of Rage music. Everybody loves Streets of Rage. Does anybody know Streets of Rage here? Anybody own the Genesis as a kid? Come on. I remember Streets of Rage like it was just yesterday. I was just staying up all night, slamming away on those buttons, if you know what I mean. Just listening to that sexy Streets of Rage music and just thinking, one day I'll have a internet show called FU Sports, and people will subscribe to it and they'll love it. They'll get on the panels possibly and talk shit, and it'll be awesome. FU Sports, we love you.
This program is sponsored by
All right, I'll be right back, people. I'll be right back. Look at this shit.
For Jose Johnson, Damon Blackshear gets back in the octagon just 7 days after that bonus-winning triumph, and all eyes are on the Texas native.
All right, my mic stand has just fallen down. I have to put it back together.
Against Arizona's Mario Bautista.
I'm gonna follow up my fight with another banger. I'm going out there and I'm gonna give him everything I have.
He has a lot of eyes on him right now from his performance, so I'm just looking to capitalize on that and steal his shine.
A seasoned veteran who punched his ticket to the UFC a year ago, Damon Blackshear has quickly adapted to life in the big show. And with 2 wins already here in 2023, including the recent one that saw him deliver just the 3rd twister in UFC history, the monster is undeniably making waves in a loaded division.
It feels really amazing that I was able to pull off the twister. It's something I definitely do in the practice room a lot, and I feel very comfortable in, if I get into that situation, definitely pulling it off.
Quietly making his way up the bantamweight ladder, Mario Bautista is compiling an impressive resume that has seen him win 4 fights in a row, including 3 straight submissions of Brian Kelleher, Benito Lopez, and Guido Canetti. And if he can force Blackshear to tap out tonight, he may just have a number next to his name come Monday.
The performance I want for myself is a big statement. I need something that proves that I belong in the top 15 and ready to move up the ladder.
There are 2 words tattooed across Mario Bautista's forearms: Battleborn. It is the motto for the state of Nevada from which he hails, but it also really describes who he is as a person. He's always felt like since he was born, he could best express himself through fighting, and the self-proclaimed quiet guy in the corner actually has some YouTube videos of him fighting in the park as a youth. Now, on Thursday's press conference event, he didn't really want to get on the microphone and say too much. He said instead he likes to let his fighting do the talking for him. He's looking at this pay-per-view platform as a coming-out party of sorts and really hopes that with a great night in the office, his reward will be a ranked opponent his next time out.
All right, Megan, thank you, Joe. He was supposed to fight former UFC champion Cody Garbrandt here tonight, and all Mario Bautista really asked was to maintain his spot on this pay-per-view card tonight. Seems to be worthy of it, right? He's won 4 in a row. His teammates, his training partners, his coaches feel like they've got an absolute killer on their hands.
But he is a man on the rise. He is focused and determined with some serious skills. Excellent submission skills, and that's one of the things that's interesting about this fight, because Damon Blackshear, we just saw winning that fight his last week, which is crazy, 7 days ago. He won by Twister. So he's a very talented grappler as well. Mario has power, he has aggressiveness, he's got intelligence, he's got it all, and he's a man determined to climb this ladder. He wanted to do this against the former champion, but he has a real challenge in front of him tonight against Damon.
All right, tonight's fighter description is brought to you by the Handyman from Manscaped. See their brand new compact face shaver at manscaped.com now.
My bad, Jay. I forgot about the bills we got to pay. Let me tell you something. Mario Bautista's a guy that's living in this moment. He says, I really did look forward to fighting Cody Garbrandt, and for all those reasons you said, John, leave me on the pay-per-view. He is loving the fact that he's getting to go to the press conference, interviews, because he feels like at some point in his career, he's going to live there. So right now is the time for him to start to learn to deal with all that and that build-up of a pay-per-view fight week, knowing that later down the line, he intends to be there consistently.
Well, part of the reason Damon Blackshear accepted this fight against Mario Bautista was because he really liked the matchup and certainly understands the magnitude of what a win over Bautista would do. But let us take you back, Joe, to his birthday last Saturday. He turns in just the 3rd twister in UFC history. Then he takes the podium. After the fight, he talks about eating a lot of food, and about 2 hours later, he was not eating a lot of food because he was going to get back on the horse.
Yeah, I mean, he pulled off only the 3rd twister ever. It's a super complicated submission move that's very difficult to pull off at the highest level, but it shows you what kind of submission skills Damon Blackshear has. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and absolutely shredded. I mean, the man is a physical specimen, absolutely fully rounded in all areas of the game, but man, when it comes to the ground game, this man shines.
You know, Damon Blackshear fighting last week, while it's not common, that consistency does lend itself to being something special, because all those nerves are not as present as they may be if it's been 6, 8, 9 months. Last week he made the walk. Sure, it was in the Apex. Now it's in front of 20,000. So there are nerves, obviously. But you just fought someone. So it's more comfortable. You're feeling like you're at home. Blackshear does not feel like Bautista has much for him at all inside the octagon tonight, and feels like he really can dominate this fight.
Yeah, we asked him why he took the fight. He said, I like to fight, and I can beat this opponent. Mental fortitude, a strong point for Damon Blackshear, who will try to make some history here tonight. All right, Tail the Tape is brought to you by V-Chain, the official blockchain of UFC. Damon Blackshear, the underdog tonight, is 29. Mario Bautista is 30. Blackshear taller by an inch. He will have a 3-inch advantage in reach. All right, now for the intros, back inside the buff.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 12 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, Mario Bautista. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 14 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 135.5 pounds. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, Damon the Monster Blackshear. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Brian Miner.
Brian Miner, our referee. Brooklyn Wren getting us started for round 1. So, as some of you may know, Damon Blackshear is now tying Lupi Godinez with the shortest turnaround between fights in modern UFC history. Godinez did fall short in her attempt to win 2 fights in a week. We'll see how it goes for Damon Blackshear in the black. Mario Bautista is in the blue. Bautista told us he spent 6 weeks mentally preparing to face a former champion in Cody Garbrandt. Quickly had to put that news aside and spin his focus to Blackshear.
Blackshear forward, right in his face. Bautista does a good job of entering into his takedowns. Really good striking, but he also makes his money on the ground.
Yeah. Bautista, longtime rep of the MMA lab under John Crouch.
Does wrestling down in Arizona with the kids out at Valiant Prep. Great little wrestling program down there.
Oh, look at this.
And that's on display right now.
Right.
Great takedown defense there by Bautista.
Good knees to the body by Damon.
Yes.
Blackshear out of KO zone in South Florida under Greg Choplin in Miami. Does his strength and conditioning at the Institute of Human Performance.
Oh, wow. So Blackshear needs to get that lock all the way to the far hip and start to rotate Bautista down to the mat. He's got a full body lock. He's got to take his left leg in front and start to rotate him down to the mat, to the ground, sorry. And if Bautista faces him, then he can take him back. But right there it is, right there. He's got to rotate. Beautiful job by Damon Blackshear. John, that was perfect. I mean, look, DC train.
Batista is trying to...
All right, so we have all right, give me 1 second. Bob is here, everybody. I know you know that. I have to change the sensitivity so that we don't have a bunch of echoes in here. So I'm going to be adjusting that for a second. You can just continue on, Bob. All right, Bob, you can continue calling the fight.
Looks like Blackshear is doing some non-consensual stretches for Batista. I am not sure what this movement is called. He's doing a wheelbarrow. This is harkening back to 4th grade gym class. That's certainly some creative human origami that Blackshear was attempting. All right, looks like they're snuggling against the cage. I really think that if there's no advancement of position, really, they should.
It's a nice elbow.
Lean.
It's a nice elbow from who's that guy? The one in the blue?
Batista.
Well, Batista landed a nice short elbow. He's landing nice body shots.
Nice
short elbow on the inside, left elbow to the face. I'm gonna lower the sensitivity so you guys don't hear a bunch of echo. I'm lowering it to 20. I'm just saying that just so I know in the future what I set it to during the stream when I listen back to it. And I am charging my phone right now, and you're watching FU Sports, and Bob is here. Bob has arrived, everyone. Bob is here. Bob is in the building.
What the fuck is this?
All right, we got Batista and who in the black? What's his name?
Blackshear.
Okay, so we got a guy named Blackshear and another dude named Batista in the ring. Batista is in the blue, and obviously you see it if you're watching the stream right now. And Blackshear is in black.
Well,
yeah, and he's black. He's black. He's in black. He's wearing black, and his name is Blackshear.
It's a very meta moment for him.
There's a lot of black going on. That's all right. It's cool. Yeah. All right, so
Blackshear seems to be determined to put Batista on the ground.
All right, I'm checking my mic.
I mean, this is very Ghost. I feel like there needs to be a pottery wheel in front of them at this particular
Testing. All right, I'm still testing out Bob's microphone. Hey, Bob, call the fight while I test your mic.
We're back to 4th grade gym class with some sort of strange reverse wheelbarrow happening now.
Okay.
I think Blackshear is continuing to try to take Batista down, and Batista is stepping it, but I'm not certain if he's.
All right.
But this is a very strange. I feel like Blackshear's ground game is just not great. I think Batista has him in a headlock.
Yeah.
He could be. This could end in round.
Yep. We have Blackshear has well, actually Batista has Black Shield in a choke. Blackshear. He's shearing. He's black. I don't think. Yeah. Obviously, he broke out.
He lost it.
Yes. Blackshear has gotten out of the choke.
Oh, that was a nice knee.
And if he doesn't watch out, Blackshear will be out on his rear. And he throws a big kick. Blackshear throws a big jumping kick. Karate style. Very Karate Kid-esque. Who do you
I think that the best move of that round was when Blackshear tried to do a gym class style wheelbarrow with Batista.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm going to be checking the stream again to see if there's echo in it. I have to be very careful with that because we have gotten some really bad echo in the past. So I'm going to let you listen to some of the actually the audio was terrible that's coming from the stream. I don't understand why it's so bad. So that was the end of round number 1, people. That was the end of round number 1. We are going into round number 2. I'm going to see if my audio is working here because I had a little issue where my microphone fell on the floor and I had to correct that. I don't hear the bell. That's not good.
I do.
Do you? Okay, I'm having issues hearing anything. I'm going to see if maybe it's my earphones that are messed up. Okay, so yes, the Streets of Rage music is incredibly loud. I am like, okay. All right, so we were playing Streets of Rage music incredibly loud. Hopefully you could hear something. All right. All right, so the audio for the stream is not messed up. It was my headphones. I'm a little discombobulated here because I had dropped my microphone on the floor, which is a pretty pricey microphone, and I was scared. Hopefully it works. Fight. We're in round number 2. Okay, so Blackshear is pressing. Batista, not David Batista. This is like a Mexican Batista, I think.
Mario, I believe, or Marcus, something with an M.
All right, so Marcus threw a big, nice jab to the body from Marcus. He's throwing stepping in with this short jab and a big straight right hand. Batista just barely escaping a right straight. Pretty hard looking one. So what'd you think of the first round, Bob? Who'd you think won that?
It was the most creative first round I've seen in a while. You don't usually see non-consensual stretching. That was different.
Non-consensual stretching. Why'd you call it that?
Because it looked like I was watching some non-consensual aggro yoga where Blackshear was contorting Batista into all sorts of strange shapes against his will.
All right. Hopefully that Streets of Rage music wasn't blasting too long because I had that on there when I stepped away.
Focus on round 2.
All right, I am. I see it. Yes. Blackshear landing a decent left hook. Batista getting slightly a little buzzed. He's stepping in with a straight right hand. Batista looks to have some decent. He's got a decent straight right hand, but he don't seem to land it very much. He throws it. The technique is okay, but the delivery isn't very good. You got to work on the accuracy. Now, Black has Batista against the fence. He's throwing short knees to the body. He's got him in an underarm position. He's got a whatever you call that. I mean, he got both short elbow from Black. Yes, it's underhooks. He's got 2 underhooks in the middle, down the middle, bro, under the arms. Both men in the center of the ring. Blackshear throwing this push kick. I wish they would just call him Black or just Shear. We'll call him Shear. The Shear is
Shear and Bat.
Just call him Shear.
Right, the other one could be Bat.
I'll call him Bat then.
1 syllable each.
Yes. So Shear versus Bat. And Shear's throwing some leg kicks, inside leg kick, lands. We're going to lower the rain audio. It's not that rainy in the ring right now. Little short right hand to the body from Batista. He misses and then goes in for a double leg and doesn't get it. Now he's got looks like he got one arm in the underhook. And he's getting pushed to the fence. His back. Batista getting pushed his back to the fence. Not a lot going on in this fight when it comes to striking. It's a lot of there's 2 short elbows from both fighters. These guys seem to really like the elbows. There are a lot of short elbows on the inside.
There was more striking in the first round, but I think the problem was that they don't seem to really have any familiarity with each other, and that's obviously because Blackshear was a replacement for Garbrandt at the very last moment.
Oh, Cody Garbrandt was supposed to be on this card? That's interesting.
Yep. So Batista prepared for Garbrandt and then wound up with Blackshear on extremely short notice. So it's not surprising that they're kind of trying to figure each other out right now.
Yeah. All right, you guys are watching UFC 292 on FU TV. We are FU Sports. You can find us at rumble.com and at twitch.com. On YouTube, we run all the streams come through FU TV. All the programming is all here. So you have FU Theater, FU Sports, and FU Gaming. And in the future, I'm going to be bringing some other stuff probably to the FU TV channel. We're obviously, I just said it. We're watching a UFC 292. We're watching right now. Batista and Blackshear are in the ring. You can probably still order it. We're only 2 fights into the main card. Probably would maybe worth getting. It might be some good fights on here. Batista just ate a nice straight right hand from Blackshear, and Blackshear seems to be fading a little bit. He's gassing. Batista still looks to have something in the tank. I'm guessing because he had a full training camp where Blackshear probably was I don't know if he was supposed to be fighting on this card or what. I mean, this guy was getting ready for Cody Garbrandt. It's a pretty high level fighter. So he's Batista is very well trained. So, but Blackshear just looks to be fading, and it's only the second round.
Sean O'Malley and Batista.
Okay.
Fighting at a really high
I'm going to go get my phone. I'm going to let Bob take this over for now. Be right back. Be right back.
This time, Batista has Blackshear against the fence.
A lot of pressure by Batista at the end of this round.
Smattering of strikes, but mostly just pressing.
All right, 10 minutes down, 5 to go.
This just feels like two folks who weren't really prepared for each other, and that's not either of their fault. But it is still competitive. They are bringing the action to the greatest extent that they can.
Deep breath. I want a deep breath. One more.
They look very, very tired. Considering this is just the end of round 2, they are tired.
Are you in
They've
the moment?
been heavy breathing.
Are you enjoying it? I'm enjoying it. I want you a little faster. That's all I want.
Oh,
okay?
like it. Blackshear's corner is just asking whether or not he's enjoying it and giving him like positive reinforcement. You know, I don't necessarily know that berating a fighter in the corner during a fight is terribly productive, but I guess different strokes for different folks. But it is refreshing to hear just positivity. Are you having fun? Go out there and do this, like enjoy it. I think that puts them in a much better headspace to go out into the octagon, especially if this is a fight that he was
Never
not
long without a fight.
for.
UFC middleweight champ Israel Adesanya looks to defend his UFC title not far from home against the upset-minded American Sean Strickland. We return to Sydney for the first time in 6 years. It's UFC 293, Saturday, September 9th. Available on ESPN Plus pay-per-view in the US, UFC.com/PPV, everywhere else.
Batista corner wanted more pressure. Keep wrestling. They feel like he's tired. They want to try to press Blackshear.
Hey, Dean Thomas, you tired or no?
I'm not tired, but I tell you what, Blackshear, he could let this thing get away from him. And one of the reasons why is because every time after they clinch, he allows Batista to strike at him. And Blackshear just kind of chills. Now notice that. Whenever they break from a clinch, Batista always steals that. And in the judge's eyes, that weighs heavy.
Important point as you...
There you go.
All right, so it looks like they are focusing more on striking. I think that the amount of holding and takedowns, attempted takedowns, and maintenance of position on the ground has taken it out of them. So maybe they're trying to bring some stand-up game. That was a nice overhand from Batista. We're not doing combinations. Oh, well, Batista just made a liar out of me. That was a nice little combination. Blackshear is just range finding with his little jab. And Batista is now pushing Blackshear against the cage and trying to get a takedown. Blackshear is doing a good job defending the takedown and in trying to land a hook off the break. We're grappling together now. Alright. So Batista has Blackshear with a nice left knee to the body. Blackshear gets an elbow to the head. We're back in this tight, close work here, pushed against the fence. Batista in the dominant position here. But this is tiring, and they are already tired. So I don't necessarily know that this is a good strategy. Some nice, clean strikes from Blackshear. So far, Batista's been more of the striker in this fight, so it's nice to see Blackshear letting his hands go a little bit.
All right, I'm back over here. I'm listening to the audio. We're testing it. Batista's now pushing Blackshear against the fence. I know what you're complaining about. Blackshear's getting taken down. Continue on, Bob. I'm doing a test right now on the audio. Well, you got to tell people when you're doing tests on the audio what I'm doing when I'm not speaking. Yes.
Right.
Please talk.
So Batista has Blackshear with nice.
I'm doing a test on the audio if you hear any echo.
Batista has Blackshear on the ground. He is in the dominant position right now. It looks like he's looking to get a choke. He's got Batista pretty locked in there tight. I'm not sure what this position is called, but he is trying to advance into a full mount. Batista is trying, or Blackshear is trying to defend it, but Batista has his arm, and he might actually manage to get up there and get a choke because he's got Blackshear's main form of defense neutralized. Batista is in the dominant position. Blackshear's trying to stand up. I don't know how much he's got left in the tank. Oh, we are back almost in.
It's a rear neck. It's a rear position. Batista has Blackshear in a. It looks like some kind of side mount rear position. He's trying to get the rear naked choke. We can both speak. It's fine.
Defending it, but you know, they are both very, very tired. So I don't know how much longer Blackshear can defend it. We've got a minute left, so if he doesn't break out of this, Batista might win by choke.
Well, you think he's winning the fight on points, Batista?
It's hard to say who's winning, honestly. I think that they're both. I don't know. There hasn't really been a clear and decisive round for either of them. This is probably the most dominant round I've seen so far.
For who?
For either of them, and it's for Batista this
time. So you think it's like an even round? To me, it looks like Batista's winning the round just because of the control positions, the back control. He's got him in a lot of control positions. He now has him locked up again. Batista's got him pinned up against Cage, but then Blackshear had Batista pushed over. Now Batista's kind of like swept Blackshear back onto his back onto the ground. So Shear, another dominant position for Batista. He's raining down shots while Blackshear's on his back. This is like the way to cap the fight off. So Batista had, if this was a close fight, this is kind of the thing that gives him the win. I think Batista. I mean, what would you think?
That was definitely a Batista round.
He really buttoned it up, right?
That was the first round that I really saw like decisively.
It was kind of even before that, and now it's like.
Before they were kind of going back and forth a lot, where it was muddy, but this was very like
it's very very decisive for Batista. I'm gonna guess Batista's probably gonna win the fight. I mean, Blackshear's doing good for a quick. If you're saying he was a replacement, last minute replacement's doing pretty good. He's in pretty damn good shape, that's for sure.
Apparently he's like less than a week out from his last fight.
That's insane. Yeah, so that's probably why he's still in shape.
Yeah, they were saying something about he has now surpassed someone else's record for fastest turnaround.
Is it Cowboy Cerrone? Is it Cerrone? Because I remember Cerrone would fight like constantly.
No, they were talking about a woman.
A woman, huh?
And they said he has now beaten her record for a fight turnaround. So it's like I don't know if it was actually less than a week or something like that, but it was very fast.
All right, so we've come to the end of the fight, people. It's a 3-round fight. We got last minute replacement Blackshear versus Batista. It was supposed to be Cody Garbrandt in there, but it ended up being Blackshear, who came in from Bob said, because I wasn't here, I was adjusting some stuff. Looks like this guy's 1 week out of his last fight. Basically, last week he fought, and he's coming in here again. Looks like Batista has won, just like we thought. But it seemed that it's a good fight for a guy who's coming back after a week.
It was that third
or 10
round,
days, yeah.
Honestly, before that third round, it could have gone either way. I think.
He was close. Yeah, he's close, I guess. Right?
Yeah, they were both doing well. Like there was just a lot.
Stars
of
in the epic.
You couldn't really. You could tell that it was a last-minute replacement.
Yeah, you couldn't tell. We're putting a little bit of the pay-per-view in there, just the audio, no video. So what'd you think of the fight, Bob? You think it was an okay fight?
Good. It was competitive. It was interesting. There were some interesting techniques thrown. But yeah, what I think was most striking, honestly, was Blackshear's corner. It wasn't the fatalistic doom and gloom. They were literally telling him, go out there and have fun. So I think that that's a really positive direction, because especially if this is not a fight that he like was able to prepare for, just go out and have fun is probably going to give him his best shot at having success. And he was fighting like a person who genuinely enjoys fighting, which was nice to see.
Yeah, maybe he didn't. There wasn't much pressure on him because he knows he's a last-minute replacement. So he's just coming in there. It's just amazing he was able to go the full 3. It's a pretty intense fight. A lot of wrestling going on, a lot of short elbows. Not a ton of punches, but, not a lot of punches. But there was a lot of techniques, a lot of wrestling, a lot of short range, a lot of inside fighting. All right, people, so we're at commercial right now. And obviously you're watching FU Sports on FU TV, and I say it over and over again to subscribe. We got to build this channel up because it's important. Just do it. Just subscribe, okay? Remember, when you subscribe, for just 3 easy likes, you could fund a dog that would possibly be homeless without FU Sports and Bob.
Dog that would have way less of a picky appetite. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, yes.
These guys.
You got to point your mouth at the mic, Bob. You got to get close to that mic. This mic isn't very sensitive, and we want you to be able to hear Bob. Let me checking out Bob's mic a little bit here. I freaking hate this mic stand. This is like the worst mic stand we have here. This thing is always moving away from Bob's mic. She's actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be probably at some point changing her mic out to the one that I'm using, which is more sensitive than the one she's using. But yeah, we're on commercial right now. They're giving lots of British like commercials, a lot of British accents happening. It's a little scary, but we'll get through it. Don't worry. Anyways, is that British or is that like Australian, that accent?
No, it's British.
Do you hear it? All right, so we're going to look at our scorecard. We're going to test it out. I know it was completely broken earlier. I'm going to lower the music of the scorecard because it's blasting. Let's see where it is. Where is the music? I'm going to move that over here, the music of the scorecard. The scorecard is kind of broken, but I did get it to line up with the thing Jean-Claude Van Damme is blocking, then the round 5, but that's okay. You'll be able to see it. I might move Jean-Claude Van Damme while we're at commercial. Just work on this. I'm just working on it. I'm doing it live. Right, Bob?
Indeed.
I'm doing it live. Okay, we're going to see if we can move Van Damme out of the way because he's blocking our card. Come on, Van Damme, get the hell out of here. There he is. Now you can stay over there. We like you here better. Oh, exactly.
I was curious what the stream of consciousness of a person live streaming and building their show as they live stream was. Tune into FU Sports.
Yes, tune into FU Sports and the smooth voice of Bob. But it won't be like that forever, because once we put the other mic, she's going to be loud and clear every time. This is why I make an effort to try to talk loud, because I want the mic to pick us up. We're still at commercial here, people, and we still got Joe Pesci.
What the fuck is this?
All right, and I've used that gag way too many times. I'm going to have to update it. I'm going to have to come up with some new stuff in here. I'm sorry that we still just got Joe Pesci, but we do have this. No, I'm not going to stop. We're not going to stop. Okay, it's coming back. Are we going to stop, Bob?
Probably.
We aren't going to stop till we're the biggest sports show on the internet. We're going to be bigger than Joe the Whole Rogan. All right. Who we got here? We got our next fight coming up. What is it, Ian Gary?
It would appear that is his name.
Is that his name? What kind of last name is that? That looks like a first name.
Evidently Irish.
This guy has 2 first names. Okay. What is he, 7'9" or something?
He does look like a big, tall 2x4.
Okay, so we got Ian Gary in the ring. People, let's listen to a little bit of this.
And he will try to put the pressure on this young, relatively unproven contender. avoid the grappling exchanges. Machado Gary can grapple. He is a good grappler, but Neil Magny shines in that area with so much more experience in that realm. And he's got
I am drinking water.
the striking exchanges. That's where this
Nice
young man
hiss.
shines. He has a beautiful high kick.
Nice hiss. All right, we got both fighters in the ring, and
I don't think they are.
I thought they were.
I think they just announced Mr. Gary.
Oh, all right. I thought the other guy was already in the ring. Gary's walking around like he's got a stick up his ass. I don't know. His posture's a little weird. It looks like
Looks
he's.
like the bad guy from Top Gun.
Yeah, he does. He looks sort of like Eminem, but like a big, tall Eminem.
No, he looks like that big blonde guy.
Which big blonde guy?
You know, the one.
Which one? In Top Gun?
He kills the guy in the Rocky movies.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's Drago. Drago!
Oh, man.
Neil Magny is coming to the ring. Is that name Neil Magny, right?
Recreating that Creed 2.
Neil Magny is coming to the ring right now.
Son of Drago versus
Yep.
Son of Creed.
Creed 5 MMA edition.
Yeah, UFC.
It's like that dude who plays Creed got cancer and got taller. He got some kind of surgery to make himself taller. I wish it was a little bit taller.
Absolutely not.
All right. So yeah, Neil Magny, they're doing the whole, the whole spiel they do.
His
They got
hairline is really far back. You know, in like 15th century Italy, he is on trend. He is on trend.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Women used to pluck their hairlines really far back. His hairline is really far back. He is perhaps a time traveler.
He might be. I mean, that hairline is bad. That looks like some alopecia, Jada Pinkett. That's some Jada Pinkett level shit going on. Will Smith is going to slap someone in the octagon in a minute. Don't you dare talk about Neil Magny's hair. He looks a little bit like if Will Smith's son, Jaden, took steroids
And actually became a man.
and became a man. Yeah, exactly.
He started eating meat again.
Yes. I heard he actually did start eating meat again.
Oh, good.
I remember he was on TV and they said that Will said that, wow, his skin turned gray. And then I'm guessing he probably got some punishment for saying that. You're never supposed to go against the vegans, bro.
Plants
Never.
are poison, not food.
Animals are food, not friends.
Delicious, delicious friends.
Delicious, delicious friends. Our dogs would agree. We have many dogs here. We rescue animals.
All sorts, not just dogs.
So remember, every subscription to FUTV saves an animal.
We have an asshole iguana.
Saves dogs and lizards and other animals that we have. All right, we got Bruce Buffer in the middle of the ring calling the fighters, wearing looks like an iridescent jacket that's not quite iridescent.
That is a silk, shot silk.
It is fucking weird looking. It looks like Sean O'Malley's hair.
So that is a crimson silk jacket shot with vermilion.
Yes, it looks almost iridescent, but it's not. It looks like, I'm not even kidding, it looks like Sean O'Malley's hair.
That is what shot silk does.
Yes.
The warp and the weft are two different colors. So depending on
Yes.
what angle and what lighting, it's a different color.
Oh, nice.
The red corner. Professional record, 28 wins, 11 losses.
And remember, guys, I'm gonna possibly be playing UFC 4 tomorrow. You can join in on Bleach Milk 5 at Xbox Live. So add me to your Xbox Live and tell your
What
friends.
the shit is in front of his pants? What is going on in his trousers? It looks like he has two weenies.
We're gonna start doing some competitions with that UFC game. I think. I don't know if it's legal for us to do cash prizes, but we're gonna give it a try, or giveaways.
We're gonna just give away dogs.
We're gonna do some giveaways. No. If you want a dog, you have to be a responsible adult. Okay. All right. The fight's about to start. Both fighters on opposite ends of the ring. Okay. Neil Magny's in the center of the ring.
There's something wrong with the front of them.
What do you think? Giant wiener. All right. Neil Magny takes a shot to the leg, and he's on the ground on his back. He's got some long arms, doesn't he? Everything's long on Magny, except his hair.
I mean, his forehead is long.
His hairline's really long, far back. All right, so we got the Irishman stepping forward. Gary. Oh, another shot. I mean, Gary can kick, man. He's dropped Magny twice with leg kicks.
He is Drago. What do you expect?
He's gonna get some hard kicks. He just threw this crazy up kick, real high, crazy flexibility on this guy. He must have been training with Michael Flatley, the Lord of the Dance. I feel like I'm watching the fucking Lord of the Dance here. This guy's some very flexible legs. Magny's not pressing forward. Magny's pressing forward. And Gary is not a very scary name. He needs to change that. He used to be like the Destroyer. Gar, the Destroyer. That would have been way better. Big right straight from Gary.
An alligator gar.
And another leg kick.
Fucking beastly type of fish.
Gary's got some crazy leg kicks. And he landed a nice straight right hand on Magny. Neil really needs to close his gap and get this guy down because he might knock him out. He's throwing some crazy leg kicks. Especially that one to the head. It didn't land, but it was like ridiculous. Like the extension he got on it was like a ballerina.
Maybe.
Look at that. Another big leg kick from Gary.
The crossover we never knew we needed. Lord of the Dance with the UFC.
Really? He must be dancing, doing a lot of dancing. He's very stiff up top, but very loose down bottom. I mean, I'm not.
That sounds very inappropriate.
Not in that kind of way. I don't mean he's loose in that way. He's not gay.
How do you know?
He might be. Who knows?
I know nothing about this.
With flexibility like that, he's spreading those legs a lot.
That went too far.
It did. I'm sorry about that. But you know how the Irish women, they would do those like little dances with the legs and they couldn't see them from the top. So he's very stiff up top, right? Like his movement, but his legs are very flexible. All right. Well, men did it too. They did that weird little dance they do where they look like chickens. They look like dancing chickens. It's really weird. It's like so much going on in the legs. Maybe Irish people have like the most flexible legs ever. You notice how they throw all these kicks? Like you look at like a prime Conor McGregor, there's just kicks flying everywhere. But he's just stiff up top. Okay, Magny's getting pressed up on the cage right now.
I feel like Gary just has very long limbs.
Mm-hmm.
And Magny's a long guy, but Gary just has extra arms.
He's long. He's very long. Like Sir Mix-a-Lot. He said that in the song. He says he's long. Something about something long. Magny's pressed up against the cage right now, and you got Gary's leaning all over him. Magny's
some kind of weird yoga pose.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Magny. Gary's brought Magny down. You don't want to be on the ground with Magny.
Apparently, also don't want to be on the ground with Gary.
Yeah,
Gary's an octopus.
Yeah, but I don't know if Gary's I don't know what he is, but he seems like a striker to me. Like he's got a very striking oriented style. He definitely doesn't seem like. I think Magny can choke him out if he gets him on the ground. I mean, we're still in the first round, so anything could happen. But
I don't know, man. He seems to be an octopus.
Well, right now it's not looking good for Magny. You want to get that mic close to your face when you Yeah, you do.
Sure I don't.
Like
I think it's fine where it is.
It isn't. Bob doesn't know this, but I'm looking at her audio levels, and they're shooting down below it. Well, they're shooting down. They're not where they need to be. So I'm going to bring them up slightly. Okay, there you go. All right, so we got another leg kick from fucking Gary. Gary just keeps dropping Magny. The guy's got great leg kicks, I think.
And now Magny's scooching his patootie across the ring.
He looks sort of like a dog who just took a poop.
It has the poop stuck to it.
Yeah, he's trying to get the poop off his butt. We know this because we have dogs. Remember, we rescue them. And remember, every time you like FU Sports and tell a friend and tell them to subscribe, a dog is winning. We just saw Gary land a nice head kick
Gary
on
also
Magny.
tried to climb up Magny as though he was playground equipment.
It's a great technique. What happened is Magny caught Gary's kick, and then Gary jumped up to put his body weight in Magny's hands. It's probably pretty draining to catch this large man like that. So Magny had to actually carry Gary's weight. Gary throws a nice left kick now, lead kick into Magny's left leg, and that looked like that hurt. Great kicks from Gary. Gary really is you got pretty hard kick, I'm guessing. Probably a very hard kicker.
All right, this corner came by Prime.
All right, we've come to the end of the first round. Definitely was I don't know what I just did.
Motion radar posted at this video. It's when
Yeah,
you're
that was
hesitating, right?
that was definitely a Gary round for sure. Magny was dropped like 4 times or something.
Magny looks like,
We're in round number 2, everybody. Round number 2.
Gary looks like he's ready to go in there and river dance his way through another round, and Magny looks like he's contemplating the meaning of existence.
Yeah, Magny looks very discouraged. He really had no success in that round at all.
First leg kick knocks Neil Magny down. And then
Hard.
again,
It's crazy how he's knocking him down. He's kicking him in the calf.
because Neil can't find his balance.
Yeah, it's a calf kick, too. Right on the lead leg.
Bad as those look, there was one later where he didn't fall that took more damage. Did more damage.
All right, got both fighters in the middle of the ring. We're going into round number 2, people. All right, we got Magny's now pressuring forward. Magny pressuring forward, landing 2, 3, 4 jabs already. No power on him. He's not leaning into him, but he is landing them. It was about 3. It looked like about 4 jabs for Magny, and then we got Gary throws a straight right hand to the body and misses, and a jab followed by a right high kick to the head and missed. Almost hit Magny right in the face. Magny's very aggressive in this round. He's pressing forward. I'm guessing his corner told him that, hey, dude, you don't start doing something, you're going to fucking lose. There's no doubt about it. He's pressuring forward real hard right now,
I think that even though he's trying to press forward, he's scared because he's now realized that Gary has put his ass on the canvas 4 times in one round. So he's pressing, but he's not actually doing very much. There's nothing on it. He's not committing.
Yeah, but he is winning the round so far. I would say he is.
I think he's winning the round so far because Gary hasn't decided to put on the gas.
Yeah.
I don't think Gary has any concerns about Magny at this point, which is interesting because Magny's the much better known fighter.
Mm-hmm. All right, Magny's getting pushed back now. He throws a big head kick and misses. Magny's eating another leg kick right on the ankle. Looked like it hurt. Gary's kind of like just paws out, keeping Magny away with these open hands. Every time Magny comes in, Gary puts enough space in order to keep him off. Magny's trying to get a takedown. He's got Gary pinned up on the fence. He's having a hard time taking him down because he's got him on the fence. That allows Gary to stay up because he actually lost balance and almost went down. What Magny needs to do right now is he needs to spin him around and sweep him, do like a judo toss. That's a move he should probably train. So Magny's got his leg behind Gary. He needs to put it there and then toss him, spin him. Nope, he's not.
I think that what's happening is a lot of the leverage Magny relies on has been neutralized because Gary's as long as he is.
Yeah.
Like he's fighting a guy who's as tall or taller. And so a lot of that leverage from his limbs has just absolutely gone out. It's not a factor in this fight.
Yeah, he's long. Magny's very long, and he's having a hard time. It looks like Gary's holding the fence. That's not right. He held the fence and kept him up.
I don't know if he held the fence. I think
it looked like it.
Hand on the fence.
I think he had his right hand in the fence. Okay, Magny's now pinned down Gary's hands. He's trying to spin him around. Magny's having a real hard time getting this guy down. But this is a close round, but it's not looking good when you have when Magny's pressed up against the fence like this. It's a dominant position. Gary's not doing anything with it, but he does have a dominant position. Right hook on the inside on Magny. Gary lands Gary now has Neil Magny pressed up against the fence.
Was a combination to the jock strap.
Yeah, it looked like a bodywork. He's landing short
I think it was
hooks.
attempted bodywork, but it looked like he punched him right in the penis.
He might have, but to me it looked legal. Gary lands 2 short punches on the inside against the fence, throws a big left kick. Neil Magny spit out his mouthpiece. I don't know what the hell happened there.
I think he got the mouthpiece kicked out of his mouth.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Gary threw a left kick and might have hit Neil in the.
Caught him right on the lips.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit in the mouth with one of those toes. That's not a good thing.
That was a little lip.
Magny just getting kicked real hard in his leg. Oh man, Magny's probably gonna get stopped by just simple leg kicks. I mean, he's
not having.
Gary just hit Magny with a leg kick, and his leg is breaking down hardcore. Magny's legs, his twig legs, are in danger. Neil Magny.
Now is not the time to try to do some razzle dazzle.
Magny's lead leg is really messed up. Gary sees it. Obviously, it's not a great poker face on a Magny. You can tell his leg hurts. This is the second time tonight a guy's getting their legs destroyed. Chris Weidman made his return earlier, and he was getting beat up with leg kicks as well. But he had an excuse because he was just coming off of a 2-year break after breaking his leg. All right, you got Magny's pressed up against the fence. It's not looking very good.
He switched his stance.
Yes, this is a very bad end of the second round for Magny. We're coming to the very end of the round. We got 34 seconds left. Big finish to this round for Gary.
So far, this is 2 rounds in the can for Gary.
Yeah, he fights sort of like what's his name? Gary reminds me of what's this guy? Darren Till. He has that similar kind of style.
Reminds me of Drago.
Yeah, Drago. Looks wise, he looks like Drago, but he's got that Darren Till like style. He got some big delts too. It's surprising, right? Some pretty large delts for a guy of his size.
I'm curious about what his background is. Like, did he start out as like a kickboxer? Because that
I'm not
is
sure.
reading very kickboxer.
It does. He does have a very like
That
kickbox.
weird little ankle tattoo makes me think Muay Thai.
Yeah, Muay Thai. He has that kind of movement. Like what's always trying to do. He just became Nate Diaz out of nowhere. He just gave Neil Magny the middle finger when his back was turned. He's a punk. All right, so we've come to the end of the second round. To
I
me,
don't like that bitch behavior.
yeah, that's unsportsmanlike.
Or maybe it wasn't at Magny. Maybe it was at somebody in the crowd.
No, I think it was at Magny. Maybe Magny talk trash. We came to the end of the second round there. I think it clearly was a Gary round. It looks like Magny's losing. He's going to need to get a knockout to win this fight.
Yeah. Or maybe they have the special sauce for Magny, and they're going to be like, oh, Neil won.
I don't think they're going to ride for him like that. But yes, we're going into round number 3. Round 3 in the final round of this fight.
Fight.
Gary's excited.
Fight.
All right, did a lot of fighting. Okay, here it comes. Both men on opposite ends of the ring. They're about to get in there. We got Gary winning 2-0. Round 3. There's a big right hand. Gary steps in and throws the right hand at Magny's head. Magny dips and avoids the shot. Gary's circling to the right. Magny coming in real aggressive. Left kick from Gary, and then a jab, and then a right hand. A lot of quick strikes from Gary. A lot of straight punches. Then a jab to the body from Gary lands on Neil Magny. Right to the belly. Both fighters in the center of the ring. Magny looking very confused, really wanting to get on this guy, I think he knows he has to knock him out. Neil Magny fell down. I think it was just a loss of balance.
I don't know, because Gary caught his leg and then punched him in the face.
Yeah, there's a big kick from Gary that hurts Magny's lead leg. Magny just needs to really just put it on him. He needs to step forward, close the gap, because he's fighting him at kicking range. You don't want to fight with the guy who's breaking your leg down at kicking range, because he's just going to keep kicking it. Yes, you see what he does? What Gary does is he outstretches his hands to keep Magny at bay, and then he just throws in that kick. Magny has no idea how to beat this guy. He's having huge issues.
Did he know he was fighting him?
I'm not sure. Neil Magny's just been breaking down the whole fight, a lot like the Chris Weidman fight earlier in the evening. Just a lot of leg kicks. Gary's just got something. He drops Magny again with a leg kick and then hits him in the leg multiple times while he's down on the ground. This guy's got some devastating leg kicks, or Magny's got some injuries in that leg. Because, I mean, he's dropped Magny probably about 5 or 6 times. And another kick to Magny's leg, a push kick right to the knee. This Gary is brutal.
Yep.
He's just destroying Magny's leg.
Fight. I don't like the unsportsmanlike conduct, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
That would be enough for me to just absolutely have no interest in him. But I do think that he's a very interesting fighter. Like, he's very aggressive, and he's relentless.
Yes, he's a lot like Darren Till. Hopefully he doesn't end up like Darren Till, losing a series of fights, because it looked like Darren Till lost interest in the sport, or he was just fucking up. But Gary's doing real good here. There's a jab and a straight right hand. Gary's got some very fast hands, some pretty good striking skills on another level compared to Magny. Maybe Bob is right, and Gary probably has a striking background. Gary's just avoided a really fast head kick from Neil Magny, and Gary completely weaved it. He just slipped it. There's a nice push kick.
Magny has absolutely nothing to answer. He cannot answer Gary at all. He's of course got some kind of a chance at knocking him out, but yeah, this has been a decisive schooling, ass whooping, courtesy of Ian Gary, who is now showboating, which Neil Magny's not really somebody you want to just take for granted like that, but I think Ian Gary took the soul out of him.
All right, I was just testing the audio to see what Bob sounds like. In the next stream, I'm going to be hooking up the same microphone I use, so both mics should be even. Neil Magny's clearly losing this fight. He's getting pressed. Gary is just closing the show in very impressive fashion.
If Gary was a prospect of some sort before this fight, he certainly shouldn't be one after. He's definitely one to watch. I hope that this middle finger business was just a flash in the pan. But I don't go for that. I don't like the heel. I don't care if it's an act.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
nice right straight from Gary. Wow. Nice jab straight. He didn't land the jab, but he throws the jab out there. It's like kind of like, wow, huge leg kick. Drops Neil Magny. Big. I mean, he is just destroying Neil Magny.
the ref is giving him no safe harbor.
He's acting like this guy raped his dogs.
That one.
Sorry about that. Whoa. Oh, my God. He just threw the Michael Flatley kick right to Magny's face. I told you, this guy's got some flat. Blob must be correct. This guy has to have a striking background. No doubt about it.
And now he's trying to put...
This is more impressive than Israel. He is beating the crap out of Magny. He is beating his ass. He's got him down. He's hitting him with hammer fists.
And Neil Magny is looking up in the air like he has no idea what just happened.
He looks... I don't know what's going on here, but he's beating Magny like this guy just robbed his school lunch. Like he's the school bully, and he's just beating his ass. Yep. And by that I mean Neil Magny is a bully who's been bullying him for months, and now he's just like he's had enough. He's like, it's enough of it, Magny. Your hairline is real far back. I think did you see the Michael Flatley kick?
So perplexed right now.
That's what I'm calling it, the Flatley kick.
He went full Flatley.
He went full Flatley. The flexibility. Oh, he got him in a. Oh, he almost had him in a guillotine. He might get a finish here. Oh, that would have been amazing if he would choke Magny out. This was a schooling. Wow, the middle finger.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't understand what was the problem with these two guys. Did they have some kind of beef? Because
I'm gonna Google this because I don't appreciate that.
Yes, the ref wasn't too happy. Gary gave Magny the big middle finger. I have no idea what's going on, but it looks like there's some bad blood between these two men. Because Gary just kept giving him the finger. He went full white Nate Diaz. Or should I say Irish Diaz. Those leg kicks that Gary was landing were like, those are not normal leg kicks. He has to have some kind of striking background because the power on these kicks. And when you look at them, you don't think they're that bad. But, some of these Muay Thai kickboxer guys, they got these developed bones. It's almost getting hit like with a baseball bat. You just missed the slow motion replay of the Michael Flatley kick. You know how they had like the Steven Seagal kick and all that? And I have my Michael Flatley kick. They might show it again so then Bob can see it. Wow, look at the flexibility on this guy. You should have seen that Michael Flatley kick. I mean, it comes up in a straight line. It's almost like a ballerina. The guy's got some crazy balance and flexibility. And he's showing his abs, rubbing his abs. He's a pretty arrogant guy. Yep, this is the guy. Maybe he wants to be the new Conor McGregor of the welterweight class. I don't think I've ever seen Gary fight. This is pretty impressive. This is maybe his coming out party. We're gonna listen to the decision. The future. I'm guessing we're seeing up and comer right now. It's a real star in the sport, possibly. Another Irishman.
Apparently, during a press conference, Magny said he was gonna whoop Gary's ass and he's gonna make him his son or something. And Ian was like, "You're up here with the mic. You shouldn't be talking about putting your hands on kids."
Ooh.
So he got a little zesty about that, which I think that's a reach. I think he just didn't like being clowned by this dude who's older than him. But
yeah.
Come on, take your lumps. You're like 12 years old.
Let's listen to him. Is he from Ireland? Let's see.
Was there ever a moment where you were surprised you weren't able to get him out because you hit him with everything but the kitchen sink?
No, I took my time. I showed patience. I showed.
What the fuck is this? Conor McGregor? Did they clone him? They put Conor in someone else's body, I think. The guy sounds just like Conor.
From start to finish. I heard him, and I kept talking to him. I meant that. That today was justice.
This guy sounds almost identical to Conor McGregor. What the fuck? I think there was some kind of lip syncing going on. I think Conor's in the back doing the vocal for this dude. The UFC's all like, yes, yes, Irish, McGregor.
And I'm telling you now, I need to prove myself as the best striker that this division had ever seen. And Joe, I think you can guess where I'm going here. To be the best striker in the world, you need to beat the best strikers. And everybody has Stephen Wonderboy Thompson on that list. So give me Stephen Wonderboy Thompson whenever, wherever, for 5 rounds, and I will prove to you I am the new generation of striker in the world.
Well, I can't wait to see that, sir. Congratulations on sensational
Yes, he's a big guy, big dude. All right, so we got a new star, it looks like, in the welterweight division. And we got this up-and-comer, Gary. Gary striking fear. You know the name Gary strikes fear in all people.
Apparently it does.
It is a scary sound, Gary.
Neil Magny is going to have some nightmares about this giant 2x4 looking motherfucker.
You imagine they have like those Irishmen telling those stories. They're like, there once was a man. He struck fear in all people. His name was Gary. Gary.
His name's actually Ian.
What? Well, Ian's a little better than Gary, okay? But not too good. Not much better. All right, they're showing some dudes in the crowd right here. I don't know who that is.
Somebody named Joe Mazzulla.
Who's that? Is that Terry Funk?
That's Mickey Ward.
Oh, I thought that was fucking Terry Funk. Oh, my Lord. Yeah. Mickey Ward, the boxer, now looks like Terry Funk from the WWF. I refuse to call it the WWE. Do not make me do it. We got Chandler in the crowd with his son. Just loves adopting children. Yes, he adopted that kid. We got another fight coming up. Here we get the build up for the Zhang fight. I rather call her Zhang. That Zhang Wei Li. Is that how you pronounce that? Isn't that Zhang?
No.
How do you pronounce that?
Zhang.
Oh, Zhang. But I'm totally. I totally didn't see that. I always call her Zhang. But then I see there's an H in there.
So what you're saying is we're just continuing on with the theme of you pronouncing things how you think they should be pronounced instead of how they are pronounced.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Much like my totally uninformed hot takes.
It's sort of like how a lot of British people pronounce things like incorrectly. Like not even close to the way they're spelled. You ever notice that?
Looks like they're advertising a cage match versus Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
You imagine that?
Watch it.
Yep, that's probably going to happen. We're at commercial again. We got I don't know what's being sold. The car's being cleaned. A lot of agenda being pushed.
It is most likely a gambling commercial.
So we got the Zhang fight coming up versus who's the other lady?
Amanda something with an L from Brazil.
All right, so we're watching this advertisement. We're not going to be playing that, but we are going to be playing some music while we're waiting for the next fight to start. And you guys are going to be subscribing to Save the Dogs. It's called FUTV. Every like and every subscription helps dogs. Remember that. Do it or be called a terrible person. If you listen to this and you don't subscribe, you're a terrible person. I'm just letting you know. You're obviously racist. And you're anti-dogs. You're anti-dogs, you're anti-people, you're anti-everything. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Are you okay? You're going someplace. Huh?
I gotta do it. I gotta do this. This is what the news does every day. What, I can't do it? I'm just saying, you guys are amazing. You don't have to subscribe, but it would be a nice thing to do.
What the fuck is this
All
piece
right, so you're watching FU Sports on FU TV. We're on break right now. Wally, how you pronounce her name again? I always Jean Wei Li. Okay, well, Wei Li is getting in the ring. Wei Li is getting in the ring. And I'm being shown a interesting picture by Bob. And Limas is getting in the ring. She is a Brazilian with a Karen haircut. We're going to be doing a scoring of the Sean O'Malley fight later on. Sean O'Malley and Sterling. And that's our scorecard. We're checking to see if it's not bugged out, and it is working. So we're going to be scoring the fight on that. But right now, we got Wei Li getting into the ring with her opponent, whatever her name is. What I just said it, didn't I? What was her name again? Zhang
Wei Li.
And what's the other lady's name?
Amanda Lehman.
Okay, so we got Amanda, not Amanda Nunes. Amanda the Karen. She looks a little bit, if you ever saw the show Married with Children, she's like a Brazilian Marcy Darcy. That's what she looks like. That's what the hair looks like.
Amanda Lemos is much more than just a powerful fighter. She is very
this is the
skilled, very
build-up.
talented. If she wins this fight in the way that she expects to, she might find herself standing across from the champion next time she steps in the octagon.
Marina é muito dura, era top 5, mas eu acredito que eu tô no meu momento.
That hurt her bad. Lemos teeing off now, and that's gonna do it. Wow. A standing knockout for Amanda Lemos.
E me ver com aquele cinturão assim é algo surreal, assim, que eu tô buscando, né? Tô buscando a cada dia nos treinos. E tenho certeza que eu vou trazer esse cinturão para Belém. 再次成为冠军的感觉就第一次成为冠军是梦想成真的感觉。
Zhang Wei Li makes history.
第二次成为冠军，我觉得就是超越自己。
Now she's got it. Now she's got it. That's it.
And new Zhang Wei Li has regained the strawweight title.
我想成为传奇。
I am so impressed with her drive, her discipline, her unmatched work ethic. What you see from her training sessions is nothing short of terrifying. And the result is the most well-rounded mixed martial artist.
All right, so what do you think of this fight, Bob?
What a victory there by Wei Li.
因为其实，在莱蒙斯还没有进到前15的时候，我看了他一场比赛，然后我觉得认真的去对待这场比赛，每天非常专注。我们团队都是竭尽全力来对待比赛。Todo mundo fala que é uma luta difícil, mas isso não me abala em nada. É porque eu tô treinando e eu sei o quão forte eu tô.
Oh my God! The Lemos turn from again, and that is it.
所以我比较喜欢打对手的强项，他的力量、他的移动都非常好。我觉得我的优势，我的缠斗可能更好一些。
That was the greatest fight I have ever called in women's MMA.
Vou fazer de tudo para trazer o cinturão. Acredito que vai ser eletrizante. Vai ser uma luta bem sangrenta, assim, bem machucada, assim.
Oh my goodness.
我觉得肯定会一场非常精彩的比赛。我觉得我可以卫冕特别久，直到我不想再打。我肯定不会把比赛打满，然后。
All right. This looks like I think this is the co-main event. It is 11:54 right now, so this is probably at the co-main event. I'm just fixing.
Events don't exist.
Yes, exactly.
There's only fights and then the main event.
Well, usually the whole point of a co-main event is, I think the idea is that you make the event before the main event a big fight. It can't just be a regular fight, because if it's not a big fight, how could it really be a co-main event?
Lies and propaganda.
All right, so right now I'm working on the Aljamain. We're always doing this last minute, so I'm now just fixing up the scorecards. I'm going to be adjusting them, and I'm going to be testing them out to see if they work in a minute. So right now I'm just setting the scorecards up. I'm almost done. And we have our who's this walking out? Amanda? Is that how you pronounce her name? Because
that looks an awful lot like Mario Batista that we saw fighting earlier. I'm just saying, I don't think I've ever seen the two of them in the same room at the same time. That is about as natural a woman as Cyborg was.
You don't think that's a woman?
Did you see its face?
She looks like Marcy Darcy from Married with Children.
Did you? That.
What?
Bob.
What is it? What is it?
That face.
Wait, what is wrong with her? There's nothing wrong.
Look at the face.
It's a little loud. I'm trying to fix Bob's mic. I'm still trying to fix the card as well.
That's Mario Batista.
And who's Mario Batista? The last guy who fought?
The guy before the last guy.
Oh, yeah. She's a lot of these Brazilian ladies have these hard faces. Lemos. That's how you pronounce that. Lemos. Why does that sound French? Right? Doesn't that sound French?
Lemos?
Yeah.
No, it sounds Portuguese, but Portuguese and French are similar.
All right, we're going to look at the MMA card, see if it's working.
That does not look like a woman. Look at that face.
Leave her alone. Leave Brittany.
Looks like Mario Batista.
Leave Brittany alone.
I have to do this. I must do this. Hold on.
All right, so I'm adjusting the scorecard. All right, so the card's okay. In the future, we'll be making it look a lot better. But just as long as it works, I'm happy. We're going to be scoring the main event. Who knows how long it's going to go? My guess is it's either going to be a knockout for O'Malley, a robbery for O'Malley, or a choke submission win for Sterling.
And when you see her hit the pads in person, it's super impressive. For such a small woman, she generates so much force. She's so explosive and fast, and just heavy-handed.
Nasty. That's like one of Joe Rogan's favorite things to say. He's always up on the ghetto vernacular, isn't he? He's such a gangster. Yes, 25 minutes away from a world title. Okay, we got Wei Lee, who's coming in the ring. I was gonna say John. I don't know why, because that's not her name. Why doesn't she just come out to Lincoln Park? You know she wants to. We got Wei Lee's walking. She's coming through the hallways looking like a badass. She looks like she's a female mob boss. She's Asian. She's got a hard face. Not exactly the most feminine one. If that woman had short hair and combed it and had a side part and wore like a suit and a shirt with the buttons out and maybe a tattoo on the neck, she would look totally like some kind of like Chinese emo lead man. Yes, she's not exactly the most feminine looking woman. All right, so she's coming out. She looks dead serious.
That's messed up.
All right, Bob's showing me this picture and she is correct. Why don't you send it the link? I'll put it in the thing.
Because I just made it.
All right, so I'd have to add a camera and show you guys this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to add a webcam. Okay, I'm going to be putting... Okay. All right, Bob's brought something to my attention. It looks like the female fighter looks a lot like the male fighter, and she was correct. But
I'm just saying, I'd like to see the two of them in the
okay, so I'm going to be putting that up on the stream in a second so you guys can see it. This is a big revelation we have going on here. There might just be, and who is this again, Bob? Who is this?
Batista.
Batista. So it's just been brought to our attention that Amanda might just be Batista. They might be the same person. We got some hard hitting evidence here. I'm about to put this in the stream and blow your guys' minds. This is pretty insane that Bob's brought this to our attention. She just might be a genius. And by that I mean she is a genius. Definitely a genius. Okay.
I would just like to see the two of them in the room at the same time. That's all I'm asking for here.
I don't know. She's just created this image here. They might just be the same person. What do you guys think?
They just got some box guy, bleached the ends of his hair, and put some paint on his
This might just be the same person. She's all over the place. I mean, she's winning. She just dyed her hair and came up to another weight class in the same night. What would you call this looks wise? A 10?
What?
What would you call this in looks? A 10?
What gender are we aiming for?
Oh wait, well the lady would be what? No, well, what would her looks be? I'm gonna give her a 10.
I think it should. I think that it's a lot like what was that character with the curly hair. That is the Hispanic pact.
That is a 10 right there. She is a 10. And on the look scale, that is a 10.
That's an I don't know what it is.
Maybe the guy, maybe you'd consider him like a 5 or something.
She looks like Scarface.
Like who?
Scarface. She looks like Scarface.
Like Al Pacino? Al Pacino kind of thing?
Yes.
All right, so, all right.
She needs the all-white suit, that comically large leather chair, and the mountain of cocaine in front of her. By cocaine, I mean powdered sugar.
All right, so the fight is starting. It's not the 10th round because there is not 10 rounds in this fight. We got the two fighters are
And
in the ring.
Really looks like the love child of Jackie Chan and Jet Li.
Okay, we got Bruce Buffer in the ring, middle of the ring, calling out the fighters.
The evening.
Okay, so this is the co-main event.
Starring in the epic, globe-trotting, action-packed movie Heart of Stone, now playing only on Netflix.
And I will be right
Rated
back.
PG-13.
And remember,
our 3 judges scoring this contest.
only you could save dogs. Subscribe. Remember, these dogs love you.
In charge of the octagon, Kevin McDonald. This fight is 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Strawweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 13 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in 114 pounds, fighting out of Para, Brazil, presenting the number 5 ranked strawweight contender in the world, the challenger, Amanda
Ricky! Drop!
And now introducing
Put
her
some off your-
opponent,
what you have on your
fighting
plate.
out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 23 wins, 3 losses. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in.
All right, sorry that Bob is screaming at our dog.
Fighting out of
Okay.
Beijing, China, presenting the reigning, standing, undisputed UFC strawweight champion of the world, Magna
Yucksville.
Zhang Wei Li.
All right. Wei Li is now in the building. She's in the ring. Both fighters are heading to the center of the ring.
All right, ladies, this is 5 rounds under the unified rules of mixed martial arts. We went over those in the back. I want a good, clean fight. Touch gloves. Return to your corners. Good luck.
That's how we pronounce mixed martial arts here in Boston, right?
He just looks like he has a Boston
I know.
accent. Yeah, he does. If you met him anyway,
Right.
look at this guy. Like, oh man, how he sounds.
Boston has a big Irish population. I'm guessing that's why they're bringing O'Malley over there. And they had the other guy, the Gary fought, another Irishman who sounds identical to Conor. I don't know if he's faking the voice or he might secretly be Conor McGregor. All right, we got both fighters in the center of the ring. Wei Li jumping around, bouncing around her usual style. Just kind of stepping in, throwing a lot of feints. This weird kind of upward jab she's throwing. I guess it allows her to block her face. She's raising her hand. Wei Li just bouncing forward towards her opponent, towards Limos. Is that any? Oh, no, leg kick. Wei Li throws a big right kick and drops her with a leg kick.
We have more non-consensual stretching happening now.
Yes, Wei Li's got this lady tied in knots. She's in the pretzel position right now. She's power driving her into the...
Is that the technical name for it?
Yeah, I don't know the name of that position. Wei Li's got her down on her back. And our stream is a little broken. I'm fixing it. But yes, it looks like Wei Li's already kicked her in her leg. Bob, you want to... Hey, Bob, I'm fixing this. Just talk. What do you think of the last fight?
I think that Zhang Wei Li is the illegitimate daughter of Jet Li and Jackie Chan.
Oh, that's messed up.
That's my current hypothesis. Wait, I have evidence. I will send it
That's really messed up.
So
I can't believe you just said that.
Is Mario Batista versus the legacy of the film stars Jackie Chan and Jet Li. You cannot convince me.
She does look. I would say I'd agree. She looks a little like Jet Li. I think she does look like Jet Li. And she's already dropped Amanda with a leg kick. She still got Amanda. Amanda's down on her back. Wei Li's been controlling her for over going on 2 minutes now. Right from the very beginning, she dropped her with a leg kick. It was a leg kick. She hit her with the leg kick, and then more of like a balance thing. And Amanda's been on the ground for a little while now. It's approaching 2 minutes. Now it's 2 minutes, and now she's getting left hooks rained on in her face.
I don't know if this is going to make it out of this.
She's looking a little more like Holly Berry right now. She's giving me a little bit of Holly Berry. Sometimes in the right lighting. I think it's because Zhang or Wei Li, whatever, is not Bong, not a Bong. Zhang, because Zhang is on top of Amanda, raining down left hooks while Amanda's on her back. Oh, short elbow from Wei Li, right to the side of the head of another short elbow. Man, she's taking a beating on the ground, and there's over 2 minutes left in this round. Oh, she's going for a choke. Wei Li is going for the choke. She's going for the oh, bam, left hook. She's raining left hands on. Amanda's getting her ass kicked. She is down on her back, and Wei Li is just unloading on her face with these short left hooks with those little tiny Tyrannosaurus arms. And she takes, whoa, here's a choke attempt. It's in tight, too. Wei Li's in a tight choke. Oh, that's such an interesting position. From the bottom position, she's got Wei Li in a choke.
I mean, necessity is the mother.
Wow. This is an interesting technique. Wei Li is in a choke. We're going to see if she can get out of this from the ground position. Amanda has got Wei Li's neck, and she is tight. And that choke is in there real tight. Oh, knees to the back.
Oh.
Amanda getting hit with knees to the back. I don't even know if those are legal. Wei Li's landing lots and lots of knees.
Like Wei Li doesn't need to breathe.
Oh, Wei Li's out of the choke, and she has the rear position. She's got Amanda spread on her back. And Wei Li is raining down punches. This is all adrenaline. She is beating her ass. She's got Amanda down on her stomach, and she's raining down right hooks. This little Chinese lady ain't fucking around. She's got She's got her in. She almost had her in a rear position. She should have taken it. Wei Li lost the rear mount. Now she's throwing these short elbows to left elbow while Amanda's down on her back. She's on her back, and she's eating short elbows right to the face. Shabam. All right, Wei Li's almost in complete control. She had a little risky moment there for a moment. She was in a choke, and now she's completely regained control. There was a downward elbow from Wei Li that might be considered illegal. Short elbows, real nice position, nice technique from Wei Li. These elbows are real nice. Just her technique. She pushes with the hand and then leans into it. She really loading up. I mean, this woman has eaten so many shots.
She really has. I mean, if she makes it into round 2, I don't know what she's going to have left.
This is quite a beating that she is taking. Man, and Wei Li is popping Amanda's head up, and now she's going for a choke right at the end. Oh, she's going for a submission, but she's not going to get it. Amanda has Wei Li's hand. She's got her wrist, and she's trying the same choke again from a standing position. She loves this choke, and she was another weird choke. Wow, that elbow there was questionable from Wei Li. She was real nasty. Wei Li's real nasty on this lady. Holly Berry's going back to her corner. The weird juiced up Holly Berry. She took lots of steroids. We've come to the end of the second round. That was a pretty exciting round, if I may say so myself.
Not for Amanda. I mean Mario.
Bob is going to be sending me another image of what she thinks Wei Li looks like. We're going into round number 2, people, and we're going to be showing you the image direct from Bob. She's done another art project, and she's discovered that Wei Li might actually be Jet Li. This is what we might be seeing. We have 2 men in the women's division in the UFC. Is this okay? Of course not. How could they allow this? Oh, well, that's not the right way to load that. I will be showing you this picture in a second. It's pretty dramatic. It's pretty damning evidence that the UFC is allowing these intergender fighters. This is obviously Jet Li. Just give me a second. We're going to be going into the second round. I'm going to save this image, and I'm going to be showing it to you in the middle of the round. We're going into round number 2 here, people. Round number 2. Very dominant first round for Jean. Okay, round number 2, we got Amanda pressing forward hard.
And then doing her own Michael Flatley kick.
Yes.
His own Michael.
Well, those Michael Flatley kicks that Gary was throwing were amazing. All right, Wei Li bouncing around, not really pressing forward as much in this one. Do you see a resemblance there? I see it.
This is some science experiment right here. That is the spiritual
Okay.
air of Jackie Chan.
Yeah, it's messed up. We got Amanda throwing a big right hook, stepping in, completely missing, throwing a head kick and missing again. Wei Li stepping forward, just the same thing as the previous round. I think she's going to try to jump in and grab this lady again because, big straight kick to the chest from Wei Li. Wei Li jumping with a leaping kick to the face. Wei Li eating a big right hand. Big right hand there she ate.
I'm amazed Amanda's standing up.
And she took a lot of shots.
Oh, that didn't last.
All right, Amanda's now back on her back. She's back on her back. Subscribe and remember, you're saving dogs. All right, so Amanda's on her back. Wei Li's on top again, and you're just big shoulder strike right into Amanda's face. Wei Li just landed those big old delts, and we're right next to the Prime, the disgusting Prime drink from Logan Paul, that Logan guy, whoever the fuck that guy is. All right, massive delts on Wei Li for such a little lady. Now she's in the full mount and she's out of the full mount. Wei Li's completely controlling her on the ground. What do you think of this, Bob?
I think that Jet Li would be very proud. As would Jackie Chan.
As a father or as being her?
I think
I agree.
As a parent. Yeah.
They might be the same person.
Although Jackie Chan apparently disowned his lesbian daughter, so I don't know if Jackie Chan would be proud of her.
You think is she lesbian? I don't think she is.
Look at that haircut.
She looks okay in that image.
Look at that haircut.
She looks a little less manly. Wei Li,
That's all I have to say about that.
I see it. Jackie Chan looks more like a woman than her.
Jackie Chan does look more feminine.
He does. All right, we got Wei Li still in control on the ground. She's got Amanda pressed down. She's completely owning her. Amanda's only hope in this fight is to get to catch Wei Li as she jumps in, I think.
Amanda looks like she's reconsidering every decision she's made that led her to this moment.
Amanda looks like she's reconsidering this career and she might change it up. Now, short little elbow from Wei Li. Some more elbows. This is just kind of a beat down.
There was a shot where the camera was over top of them and Amanda was just staring up into the sky. We need to freeze frame that and then add the caption, "Hello darkness, my old friend."
Yeah, there's actually a feature on this Elgato thing I have that actually lets you capture like 20 seconds so I could do some instant replays. I might add that to the stream after I get a hard drive. Amanda's got Jean's got Amanda in a rear
Hello darkness, my old friend.
in a rear position. She might be able to get a rear choke from this position. Sitting there with some heels, right in almost in the groin, like right in the groinal area. Wow, she's in complete control. Wei Li's in complete control of Amanda right now. She's just moving her around like she's a little child. It's just completely controlling her.
I guess she's the champ for a reason.
Yeah, she's a great striker. She's a great wrestler. Nice short elbows from Wei Li. Wei Li just raining down more elbows and side control. Amanda not winning a second of this fight. She had a small moment in the first round. Amanda's done a sweep and gotten back to her feet and eats a huge short elbow. Wei Li's just, you see, this is why I practice those elbows. Elbows really are the technique on the inside. It's a great technique.
I feel like Amanda just is surviving at this point.
She's still breathing.
Very much.
Just a moral victory. She's still alive. She's getting beat on a lot. This is a total beatdown, and she is now back on her back. And Wei Li is raining down more strikes. We're just wondering, when is the Wei Li gonna, break this lady's skull? This is not looking very good for Amanda. Wei Li's now taking her back again.
Wei Li has turned her into an onigiri.
Yes,
she is done.
She's turning her into a what do you call it?
She's turned her into a musubi.
It's origami. She's making origami out of Amanda over here, tying her in all kinds of knots and making all kinds of folds and wrinkles in her face.
Divine intervention over there. I don't know what Amanda's looking at.
Maybe she's trying to get a submission. They were building her up as some kind of striker. They were saying she strikes really well. We've come to the end of the second round. This is a 5-round fight. Weili is using a lot of energy. Amanda, I don't know if she doesn't look gassed to me, and she hasn't used much energy, but this is the end of the second round. We had Weili obviously winning. We're going into round number 3 right now. We're in between rounds. Let's listen to this a little bit. Gonna listen to a little bit of the card. Just trying to get the volume here.
This is what happens. This is you need to box her more. Do not her get close to you. Okay, you need to box her. Just always at the long shots. Always just.
Watch that counter cross. She's looking to throw hard now. She's going to be desperate. So move. She's now desperate. So let's move. Stick her. Look for your takedown again. We'll finish her this round, okay? Here we go.
Right.
We win now, Weili. We win. Like water, Weili. Like water.
Like water. This is a Bruce Lee quote here.
All the latest MMA talk with DC and RC. As me and Sumo.
All right. All right, we're going into round number 3 right now. Both fighters on opposite ends of the ring. They're about to get it on. Round number 3, people. Fight. All right, we got Weili winning round 1 and 2. What do you think of that, Bob?
I mean, there's really not a question.
She's taking a huge beating. She really is.
Asking if water is what? Yeah.
Yeah, they just said that. Become water.
More suggestion that I am correct about her parentage.
Yeah, Weili bouncing around all over the place, just darting towards the center. She's in the center of the ring, and she's pressing forward. And I think what's going to happen next is that she's going to grab Amanda, put her ass back on the ground, and beat on her some more. This is what it looks like. This is kind of the story of the fight so far. We got Amanda trying to get some distance. Her hands are kind of low. I guess she's trying to watch out for that takedown. Weili throws a big head kick and misses. Really close to landing. And now I'm thinking that Weili or Amanda, after eating some shots, looks a little bit like Hilary Swank in $1 Million Baby. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, it's serving a little swank. She's throwing some Michael Flatley action.
Yeah, that Weili's throwing a little bit. There was a straight left hand and a straight right hand from Amanda. A big kick, big push kick from Weili, real hard, great technique to that kick to the body. It was just a straight kick right into the stomach.
Bikes, Batman.
It was a pretty hard kick, and now it looks like Amanda's got Weili in a bad position. She's got one underhook in. She's trying to get the other one in. Weili is fighting it off. It looks like Amanda was holding the fence. Nice short elbow from Weili. Nice two right elbows right into Amanda's face, and she's got those short little stubby arms, like a pit bull. And their legs are thick too. Her butt's not too thick, but it's all right.
She just kicked her in the ass.
Yeah.
She held her foot.
Weili got some. She's pretty jacked.
Right in the patoot.
Weili eats or Amanda's eating some ass kicks.
I hope that's her real butt and not one of those Brazilian plastic.
Yeah, oh man, her ass might have just exploded internally. That is not a good thing. We got Weili on top. Weili's on top again. Raining down short little punches to the right side of Amanda's head. Oh, Amanda is in knots again. We're in the 3rd round, and this is just the same story as the last 2 rounds. Amanda's going to need something. She's going to need a submission or a knockout because she has fallen so far behind.
Weili might be getting this choke in.
If Amanda doesn't at least get this round, she cannot win on the score unless she starts getting unless she gets a submission, because in the UFC usually they're not going to give you multiple points for a round. I think in a lot of states they don't even count knockdowns. So even if Amanda was able to knock her down a couple of times, she's not coming back from this. She's now being dominated for the entire 3rd round. Well, not the entire. We've got 2 minutes left, and it's not a good position for Amanda. She's now Weili's trying to lock in a rear naked choke. She's got her back, and now she has her back again. And Amanda's stomach is now on the ground, and Weili's on top of her, about to try to get a rear naked choke. She is fighting. Amanda's holding Weili's arms, trying to prevent the choke. Weili's in a side control, raining down short elbows again, and they're landing. Now Amanda's trying to control Weili's right hand. She doesn't want to eat any more of these elbows, and she doesn't want to let her improve her position. Weili's broken Amanda's grip, and she's now in a side control. She's looking for a full mount. She's in side control still. Weili breaks Amanda's grip with her knee, and she's back on the inside. She looks like she's going to go for an arm bar, some kind of arm submission. Weili's going for that arm. Oh, now she's got her knee down on Amanda's stomach. She looked like she was going to go for some kind of ground and pound. Amanda's getting up again, but she's pinned up against the fence. She eats a short right hand and then a big short right elbow, 2 of them in a row. Second one was way harder than the first one. And then another short elbow. These weird up elbows with the left arm from Weili. These are some interesting techniques. She should teach these to Mr. Gary. I mean, because he got some interesting kick techniques.
I mean, between the 2 of them, that's like a super fight.
She is like the Michael Flatley, the Chinese Michael Flatley of elbows.
She's like a little Asian Mike Tyson.
She is. Oh, man. The left, right, and a straight kick to the stomach from Weili right into Amanda's body.
I think Amanda's gas tank is empty, frankly.
Weili comes in forward with a hard right hand. She was trying to punch right through the target, just like Mike Tyson, like Bob said.
She's wearing all black.
Yep.
She's got little T-Rex arms.
She's scary. Weili eats a left hook, or right hook, actually. She stepped in real hard with that elbow. Weili is trying to punch right through this target. She is trying to knock Amanda the F out. And there's a body kick from Weili and misses. Amanda does look to be fading. Weili looks very fresh. She looks like she's used to just this kind of wrestling. And that's the end of the 3rd round, people. The end of the 3rd round. End. 3rd round. It's done. Bob, what'd you think of it?
I mean, I think that they could just end the fight now and be like, all right, Zhang, you won.
I mean, some people get lucky. Zhang or Zhang may just, who knows? She might get hit. She might get caught.
Amanda has left the building. Like, she's not even...
Save dogs, people. Save the dogs. Just do it.
And no one's home.
Okay, they're showing Amanda in the corner right now. Her face is all beat up. It's bruised up. It's not broken up, but it is. She's been hit a lot. These are some concussive blows that could cause who knows what, brain damage. I don't know. Things could happen.
Zhang is just sort of hanging out, just thinking about what she's going to have for dinner.
Make sure our hips come down right away. You can get to crucifix now. Let's go.
Okay, so Zhang's corner is asking for a crucifix.
Telling her that like she's about to go catch a Pokemon.
Round 4 is...
All right.
All right, so we're going to round number 4, people. Round number 4.
Fight.
All right. Let's see this.
Right.
Why is that? Okay, we're going to make this full screen. We got both fighters on opposite ends of the ring. Zhang's outstretching her hand, or Weili puts her hand out to touch.
I think that they just touched gloves.
They just went to touch gloves. Short inside leg kick from Zhang, Weili. And a nice straight, like karate Jet Li like kick. It goes back to what Bob said earlier. That might just be Jet Li. Nice straight kick right to the stomach of Amanda. Nice tool. A lot of tools coming from Weili. She has a lot of tools. She got the hands, she got the elbows, she got the kicks, she got the ground game. She got it all, man. She got it all. She's feinting into another one of those big straight kicks to the stomach. She got some nice kicks. And when she wants to, she will strike through the target, which is pretty dangerous. And a lot of fighters, they do too much pad work, I think it is. They don't punch through the target, where Weili does. She does right through the target. When she wants to knock you out, she will load up and step into her shots. Both fighters are in the center of the ring. Amanda,
like Michael Myers, she just keeps coming forward.
Yeah, she's just a little ball of energy too. She's ridiculously strong too. Like, look at her body. I want to see her fight Tank Davis next. She's built like Pitbull Cruz almost, from the boxer. Maybe actually a little more more muscular than those guys. Big, huge legs too. Big legs. Nice right hand coming from Amanda, and then she kind of pulled it back. She looked kind of confused if she should throw another one. Weili's taking it a little easy in this round. Not a lot being thrown. I guess she took a right hand coming in. Weili ate a right hand. Didn't really hurt her, but making her think twice about how she approaches when she comes in. Weili throws a left kick and misses. Weili with a jab and then a short right kick to the leg, misses. Looks like Amanda's doing a little better in this round. She's not getting completely beat on, but I think it has everything to do with Weili.
Yeah, Weili seems to be just kind of coasting for this round.
Yes, she looks like she's reserving her energy. She knows she knows she's still got this round and one more, so she's gonna, I guess, save it up a little bit.
Her corner was also telling her to go for the crucifix, so she might be trying to just set that up. Like, she's not trying to rush into anything.
Was that whose corner was that? That's Wei Lee's or?
Wei Lee's corner.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, that might maybe she's letting Amanda work a little bit more. But yeah, the crucifix. She said they see that Amanda's really gassed. Looks like Amanda landed a right hook on Wei Lee and dropped her, but it's more like a balance thing more than a damage thing. Looks like Wei Lee's having a little bit of issues on the approach. She's making a couple of mistakes the way she's stepping in with her hands down. It's not a great idea.
I think she got too confident.
Yeah, now Wei Lee's eating a short elbow jumping in. It looks like Amanda's trying to catch Wei Lee coming in. There's a nice straight right hand from Wei Lee. Oh, when she comes in real strong, Wei Lee throws a right hand and then grabs her and then gets in a double leg. And Amanda's now back on her back, pressed up against the fence, and Wei Lee's pressing down, controlling Amanda's left arm so she can't prop herself back up. Amanda's going for another choke, the same one she had earlier. This really is a move she's been training a lot. It's pretty tight, but it's under the chin. It's not really around the neck. It's more of like a head choke in a vertical position, so it's more like crushing her head from the chin through the chin. It's not going through the neck, so she couldn't. It's not a blood choke or an air choke. It's just a lot of pressure, and so it wasn't successful. And she's locking it again. She's attempting to. Wei Lee's got to watch out. She keeps trying this choke. She knows she needs to get a choke or a knockout. She is not going to win on points. So Wei Lee, both fighters are back to their feet. Wei Lee got the takedown. Amanda got a submission attempt, which was obviously a fail. I got to get a fail button in here.
I mean, Amanda's trying, to her credit. Like, she got her ass whooped for 3 straight rounds. The fact that she's in here trying to do something is a testament to her character and her, her will as a fighter.
Yes. She just threw a nice kick and it didn't land, but it was a good idea. Right through the middle, she threw a kick. A nice straight kick to the body from Wei Lee. Zhang Wei Lee. Oh, left hook, right straight from Wei Lee. Oh, man, big elbow, I think, just landed on Wei Lee's head.
Yeah.
Amanda's trying to catch Wei Lee coming in. Oh, big headbutt from Amanda. Just smashes Wei Lee. Wei Lee's is tiring a little bit. You can tell he's having issues with her attempts, with her approach. Like the way she was she was shooting in real fast before. She's having issues shooting in, and Amanda's trying to time her. She seems to be getting closer and closer. Oh, she was trying to land a big right hand, big right, left, and then Wei Lee ducks, and Amanda loses all that. The best round for Amanda of the whole fight, but she still lost it.
Yeah.
I don't think she won that round.
I mean, I think that she lost it by less of a margin.
Yes.
She definitely lost.
That's a round that's kind of possibly like questionable. You could maybe give it to Amanda, but I wouldn't. I just don't think she did enough. And according to the UFC, they have Wei Lee outlanding her for that round. Okay, we're going to listen to this. Listen to a little bit of this audio. We're going to round 5, the final round.
This is just boxing, long strikes. Okay, you just continue to touch her. After she feels you, just come in, just kind of sway in and just do not throw yourself at her. So keep striking. This is the game. You have more. You can dominate the fight like that. You have more control of this fight. Okay, don't forget to strike her. Just keep touching her all the time. Okay, that is the game. Okay, do not let her take you down. So don't go through with it.
Well, those numbers are striking, but there's no denying the gameness of the challenger tonight.
Those numbers are striking, and those are striking numbers.
Arriving at this 5th and final round, we'll see what she has for the incumbent, Zhang Wei Lee.
All right, both fighters are on opposite ends of the ring. We are in round number 5. This is the final round of the fight, people. This has been a decent fight. All right.
Fight.
All right. That bell. Enough with the damn bell. All right, we're in round number 5. The end of kind of a one-sided fight, but it has been getting good. The last round was a little more even. As Wei Lee slows down, it seems like Amanda's closing that gap a little better. Card screwing up a little bit. I'm just fixing it. Hopefully I can get it back before the end of the round. So what do you think of the fight so far, Bob?
I mean, I think it's good. There have actually been some pretty good fights on this card so far.
Yeah, I think this is the co-main event.
Propaganda.
Oh, whoa. Really? Don't say that. All right, we got some Battleship advertisement here, and I am trying to get the card back. I don't know what's going on with it. Wei Li is winning the fight. We have it 4-0. Okay. It looks like Wei Li is pinned up against... Wei Li's dropped Amanda. And she's raining down strikes again. Amanda's down on her back, getting beat on. All right, what do you think of this, Bob? Look, Wei Li is raining down strikes on Amanda. She's got Amanda's back. She might get a rear naked choke or arm. I mean, she's just raining down shots on Amanda. Amanda's hurt bad. She's eating all kinds of hammer fists.
I feel like this fight could have ended 2 rounds ago.
Yeah, Amanda's eating a lot of strikes in this fight.
I understand wanting to let her go out on her shield, but like, she has had no possible chance of winning, save being able to KO Zhang, and I just don't see that happening. So this has just been 5 rounds of Zhang Weili beating the bejesus out of Amanda, and I don't think that that's great. I don't think that that's necessary. Like, her corner should have called this, I think.
Yeah. I mean, she did pretty good in the previous round. I don't think they should have called it, but just because she's been in the fight. She was in the fight in the previous round. It's just Wei Li's just way ahead of her. She's way ahead of almost everybody. And now she has this weird like crucifix position from the back. Wei Li's laying on her back while controlling Amanda. Amanda's it looks like a right arm, and she's landing all these short left hooks. She's been tying Amanda in knots the whole fight. This isn't very different from the previous rounds. Definitely a lot closer in that second round. I think if Amanda would have pushed a little harder, she could have. If she could tire out Wei Li, that's her best chance of getting scoring possibly like a knockout or anything.
Mm-hmm. But I don't see that happening. I just think that she's taking a tremendous amount of damage.
Yes, she is. She's taking a lot of punches. They're not full force, but there's a lot of leather to the face. Yes. And
I feel like that kind of makes me wonder, like, is this a mismatch? Because she's had absolutely nothing to even challenge Wei Li this entire fight.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she had an okay round when Wei Li was basically coasting, but...
Yeah, Wei Li basically let her have the 4th round, but I actually thought Wei Li even won that round as well. All right, so we're coming to the end of the 5th round, and our card is a little bit frozen, so I'm fixing it. Just give me a second. What do you think of the fight? You think this fight is good, Bob? Good co-main event? Would you call it a co-main event?
No, I wouldn't call it a co-main event, but I would call it a good fight.
Why wouldn't you call it a co-main event?
Because I think the concept of co-main event is stupid.
Just the main event for you?
Yeah, you can't have a co-main event. You have a main event.
It's
by definition.
It's the main event before the main event.
No, that's trash garbage.
All right.
Trash garbage stupidity. Absolutely
How dare you? All right, we got Wei Li's got Amanda on the ground. She's still on the ground. She's beating on her. Well, not really beating on her right now. She's kind of just holding her down, trying to land these short elbows on her. It's just Wei Li's got her down on her back still. More of the same, and not a bad fight, but I mean, Amanda's just completely gassed right now. Wei Li's also gassed, but she's still controlling her, hitting her short left hooks on the ground. Just a little baby punches to the side of the head while Wei Li lays on her. I'm guessing Wei Li wants to just she wants to kill the clock a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, she's still doing stuff.
Yeah. Amanda's controlling Wei Li's right arm. So Wei Li cannot improve her position, and she can't really do much. What she should go for is what they call there's a certain kind of choke. I forgot the name of the ref is now looks like he was about to lift them up. I forgot the name of that choke they have when you got a guy in the ground.
Doing mountain climbers until like Amanda's side.
Yeah, she's trying to do I think a crucifix on her. She's trying to do a crucifix. Wei Li's trying to do the crucifix on Amanda, who's down on her back. Wei Li's just laying all her weight on her. Amanda's not. I don't think Amanda's going to be getting up. Wei Li's trying to improve her position, but Amanda's pushing Wei Li's hip. And now Wei Li is standing up, or trying to. She's trying to get a full mount, I think, here, and she might get it. Wei Li is trying to get the full mount. She's now hitting Amanda on her left side with the hammer fist to the kidney. And now Amanda's getting back up. 27 seconds left. Amanda going for another choke, another guillotine. I mean, we've seen crazier stuff happen in MMA.
It's nice that Amanda managed to get up. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Nice kick from Zhang.
All right, Wei Li just dancing around, throws a straight kick to the body, misses. Amanda pressing forward. We come to the end. We're coming to the very end of the fight. We're a second away, and the fight has ended.
I think that there's no doubt that Zhang Wei Li won that one.
Yeah, Wei Li's. It's pretty clear that Wei Li's won this fight, and you are watching FU Sports. We're on Twitter. Actually, we're not on Twitter. We're on Twitch. And we are on rumble.com and YouTube. But on YouTube, it's FU TV. All right. We just watched Amanda versus Zhang. And we come to the end of the fight. It looks like an easy decision win for Zhang. A couple of moments there, we looked a little scared for Zhang. She almost got choked a few times. Amanda is a tricky choker, but not very good at striking. She's not exactly the greatest striker, but she was doing okay in the fourth round. She was trying to time Zhang coming in. But in the end, not enough. She didn't do enough, not nearly enough. Zhang just showed her that she's another level. Now, they're showing some replays here where in the fifth round, Amanda was dropped with a straight right hand from Zhang that landed perfectly right on the chin. This lady wasn't ready for this. I don't know if she's ever going to be ready for Zhang. I mean, it's just the level's just too much. I mean, she's already in her 30s. She's really going to probably maybe even need a new coach or maybe go into a striking. She's going to need better wrestling. She got taken down way too many times. Amanda was taken down way too many times. According to this, total strikes, they actually have Zhang landing 288 versus Amanda's 21. So that's pretty... That's a pretty dominant fight there for Zhang.
Yep.
So what are you doing there, Bob? Decision's about to come in. Let's hear this. Obviously, we know Amanda won. Sorry, not Amanda. Zhang won. Not Amanda. If Amanda won, that'd be the biggest robbery ever. She's not Sean O'Malley.
By unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC.
I'd like to see Zhang fight if they could ever make it happen. I don't think she ever fought Shevchenko. That'd be awesome if those two could fight. That'd be a great fight, I think. I think Zhang's pretty big for this weight. I think she's I don't think she can go higher up in weight.
Yeah, no, I think that where she's at right now is perfect for her.
But you can see she's maxed out her body. She's very muscular.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's going to be able to go up in weight any more than this. We're going into the main event. I'm looking for a one of O'Malley's props. Let's see. All right, we're heading into the main event. Aljamain, you are watching FU Sports on FU TV on YouTube. And guess what? F YouTube. Just saying. We're on other places. I already said it. We're on Twitch. And we're on Rumble. We're going to start doing streams predominantly on Rumble and Twitch in the future. But right now, we're on YouTube and we're heading into the main event. You're watching UFC 292 on FU Sports / FUTV. This is being aired on FUTV, people. So if you're coming by here by accident, remember, you're watching FUTV.
What in the box dye bonanza is that?
What?
Whatever that thing is next to the gentleman holding the belt.
O'Malley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have zero hope for that one.
Okay, we're gonna listen to the little interview that Joe Rogan's doing right now.
From the opening round.
这场比赛从一开始你就是碾压着对手，所以整个这场比赛的过程对你来说是意料之中的还是意外呢？
这个是意料之中的，因为我有非常
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
柔术教练金国老师，我的摔跤教练，我的主教练，每个人都非常好，我们像家人一样在一起和工作。
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised, motherfucker. She should have said that, right?
All the technique to make this fight happen like this.
Well, Zhang Wei Li, you did a sensational job of defending your title. It was beautiful to watch. Thank you very much for another amazing performance. The winner is still changing, ladies and gentlemen, Zhang Wei Li.
What a night for Zhang Wei Li.
All right, so you heard it. Zhang Wei Li wins. She said, "I'm not surprised, motherfuckers." Just without the motherfucker part. What'd you think of this fight, Bob?
It was very one-sided. Like, fights like that, it's interesting to just see the showcase of skill, but, like, it's also kind of not interesting because you know from round one exactly how it's going to turn out. But
yeah,
Zhang Wei Li, very, very talented. I think that this is the perfect weight class. This is the perfect, she's gotten herself exactly the right size, shape, and strength for the class that she's in. So she's going to have herself a little Ronda Rousey moment, clean it up, and maintain it until they decide that there's an up-and-comer they like better.
Well, I mean, just as long as she gets the knockouts. They got Aljamain Sterling in the back right now, and he is practicing his striking. He's throwing a jab, jab right, and a head kick. He's practicing a head kick. Maybe he's trying to set O'Malley up for something that he's not expecting. O'Malley's a decent striker, but he ain't the best on the ground. Maybe he's been practicing his wrestling. Now O'Malley's hair has changed again. He now has weird pink hair. He just loves those corn braids. Yeah, I mean, they're good if you want to keep. I probably should do some corn braids just so my hair isn't all knotted, because my hair gets knotted real easy.
Every time I tell you I'll braid your hair, you go, it's gonna hurt.
You got to talk closer to the mic, Bob. You sound distant. You got to get closer.
I'm close enough, thank you.
All right, now you're close enough. All right. You got to talk next to it, because I don't want you to sound like when it posts this that you're a million miles away.
Maybe I am a million miles away. Maybe that's the sound I'm going for.
It sounds like it. All right, so they're doing an advertisement right now for, I think, The Equalizer, something called The Equalizer with Denzel Washington, The Equalizer 3. I've never even seen The Equalizer 1. Anybody who knows the movie The Equalizer, get into the chat and tell us if it's good or not so we can go watch them.
I have no idea.
Because if they're good, that means we have 3 good movies to watch. All right, they're advertising the up-and-coming Israel a la lasagna card. I'm going to have to do that graphic where I turn him into lasagna. He does have a kind of boxed-out head, doesn't he? His head is pretty boxy.
And he seems to have a brain full of lasagna, so that's fine.
Yeah. All right, so we're watching the Israel a la lasagna build-up for his up-and-coming fight. My screen is flickering for some weird reason. I think I need to put that power supply I got. Maybe that'll take care of this issue with the flickering. Israel lasagna is going to, or Israel a lasagna. I like to call him lasagna, a la lasagna, because it's just easier to say than Israel a lasagna. They're showing he's fighting, forgot this guy's name. What's his name, Beth? Bob. Ricky. I get names wrong all the time. All right, Bob. What's the guy's name? I think that's Strickland, right?
I think so.
I think that his name is Strickland. I'm just going to watch this because it's going to be funny. Tuivasa coming back. Tuivasa. That's the guy that drinks beer out of his shoes.
Oh, no.
Yep, he does what he calls shoeies. Can anybody from Australia tell us if people really do this? Do they really drink beer out of someone stranger's fucking sneaker?
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't drink beer out of my own sneaker. What the hell?
All right, this Spider Resume is brought to you by Heart of Stone. Gal Gadot stars in the epic globe-trotting action-packed movie Heart of Stone, now playing only on Netflix, rated PG-13. Two-time UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya. He has won 8 UFC middleweight title fights.
What's going on with that audio?
He will move into a tie with the Hall of Famer Anderson Silva in that category. Of course, we don't picture here his undeniable.
All right, so we're getting ready for the main event. Aljamain Sterling is going to be coming out in a minute, along with the clown Sean O'Malley. This card with Lasagna and Strickland is happening September 9th. We're probably going to be doing a play-by-play of that one too, as always. And we're going to get here right at the beginning of the card, unlike the other times. All right.
Something interesting.
What?
B. Arthur from the Golden Girls.
Yes.
Was a truck driver for the Marines during World War II.
That's crazy, right?
That's your random fact of the day.
What? Are you kidding?
I am not. Would you like another random fact?
Yes.
Turtles can climb trees.
Since when? And how the fuck does a turtle climb a tree?
Carefully. they can do it.
That's bullshit. I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it.
I will show you.
You don't have to show. Well, if you show it, send it to me on the thing so I can show it to the chat. All right, they're building it up. Aljamain Sterling. Who's let's see this. They're showing the bets. Same game parlay. Total payout. $100 wins. What is this? I don't know how to read this stuff. What is this? A plus 180 for Sterling by submission. What is this? Over whatever. They just showed some numbers on the screen, betting odds. Since when did gambling become legal?
It's been legal in Nevada.
But not in New York. Not in New York. Is it?
I don't think they're in New York, are they?
They're in Boston.
Which is not New York.
But you can bet in Boston too?
I think if you bet in Nevada, you can bet.
Okay, so they're building it up. Fighters still aren't in the ring. We got Fruity Pebbles is still not in the ring yet. Let's see. I'm going to test out my audio. I can't hear anything because I think my headphone is loose. Is that a video?
No, it's a picture of a turtle climbing a tree.
All right, send me a video so I can put it in. Bob's going to send me a video of a turtle climbing a tree. I'm going to see. I just got sent something. It's from Instagram. I'm going to see if I can put it up on the stream so everybody can see a turtle climbing a tree. It looks like a picture to me. So you don't have no videos of this?
Give me a moment.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show a picture of a turtle climbing a tree, and they're still building up this UFC event. They're showing O'Malley without his corn braids or his beard, and he is a pretty unattractive man. He looks a lot like Screech from Saved by the Bell. I don't know what woman would be into that, but I guess, I mean, maybe he looks a little better with the beard. Doesn't look as much of a nerd and slash geek. He thinks he's like Nate Diaz or something. I feel like that's the guy he's like probably idolized. He acts a lot like the Diaz brothers, but yeah, he's not. I mean, no one's really pressed on him and beat his ass yet, I think. Like, well, actually, someone did. I think Vera beat the shit out of him. I think he broke his leg down, basically made him quit, I feel like. I don't think that went the distance. I think it was a TKO. Vera just beat his leg up and he quit. Yeah, talking about Pedro, they keep saying Pedro quit, even though it was this guy who quit.
This
All right.
is a metabolism.
I'm gonna see if I can post this into the thing. We have a video here that's been given to me by Bob that shows pretty sound evidence that turtles can climb trees. I'm gonna put this into the show. Just give me one moment, please. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this, Bob, while we're building up the UFC fight. Oh, that's not it. I'm having some issues with my screen. I'm going to fix that right now. Hey, Bob, we're setting up this video here. I have just sneezed, and I apologize. I'm going to be putting this into the show. I'm going to see if I can actually get that in there.
Really important pieces of information that the broader public need to know.
What?
Turtles can, in fact, climb.
Can they? We're going to see that right now. We're going to see if that's true. I'm trying to fix my video capture here. I don't know what's up with it. I do have a full screen setup, so I don't understand why it's not popping into the show. I have a display screen here, and it's not displaying what we want to display. Give me one moment, please. I probably have to change the monitor, I think. Okay. Just give me a minute. I don't know what it's doing here. I think it's my program has changed the default screen. I'm gonna see if I put it here, if it shows up. Yeah, not having success with this. I'm gonna see if I can just post it into the show, and then we can watch it from here.
75-cent boneless wings from Pizza Hut. Yeah, our prices dip.
Okay.
I was down to talk to my doctor about Rybelsus.
All right, she was down for it. Okay, let's see.
Down?
Are you down?
Pay as little as $10 per prescription.
All right, here we go. Here's the turtle video, and they're still building up the Sean O'Malley fight. Hey, Bob, let's play this up. Bob.
I'm fighting you.
Yeah, Bob is over here watching something else. All right, here we go.
Bob is sending you evidence of turtles climbing things, including telephone poles, chain link fences, and walls.
I feel like I've seen a turtle climb a fence before.
Snapping turtle taking himself up a fence.
What the hell? What the hell?
Look at the size of the chonkaroo on that one.
Ah,
Taking
shit.
himself up and over the fence.
Oh,
That
damn.
turtle will not be stopped.
What the hell?
He's just hanging out, enjoying the view. He's gonna get to his pond one way or another. That fence isn't gonna stop him.
All right, guys, remember to subscribe to FU Sports for more great entertainment like this.
And the fact that B. Arthur was a Marine truck driver.
Sean O'Malley is now, our fighters from the main card are stepping into the ring.
O'Malley's trash garbage. Period.
Okay. Bob doesn't like Sean O'Malley, and we are going to try to turn this off right now. I'm going to interact with it. You are watching FU Sports, and all of our images are now over that. That's really weird looking. I'm going to try to fix that real quick.
I feel like that is an excellent representation of the fight card.
That's even worse. What? I don't know what's going on here. Oh, right. There you go.
That turtle.
Post no bills on turtles. That turtle does not believe in posting no bills. Sean O'Malley is now walking to the ring as we watch a turtle.
He looks like a guy that would teach you a college course on basket weaving.
Who, O'Malley?
Yeah. Like, he would teach you about how to weave a basket and talk a lot about his feelings and the very particular type of yarn he likes for his crochet projects.
Yes, so Sean O'Malley is now heading to the ring. Let's listen to some of this. And we'll continue watching the turtle later because we want to see how that ended.
What a talent-stacked division is bantamweight.
I'm going to try to take this off our screen.
Such an incredible division. This man in 6 years has risen to the point where he thinks he deserves to be. Contending for the title, the most important moment in his combat sports career, and up until now, he has been sensational.
Okay, I'm trying to now take this off the screen. I don't know why it doesn't want to come off. I'm going to press the Z button. Hopefully this doesn't shut down the stream. Okay, I am trying to get rid of a turtle. And it's not going off.
Tonight's prep point is presented by Crypto.com, the world's leading cryptocurrency platform.
Okay, well, Sean O'Malley's outside of the ring. They're just not getting him ready. They're doing the old pat down and the Vaseline and all that stuff.
Everything has worked perfectly for him to this point, but tonight he is fighting his toughest challenge to date as he takes on the bantamweight.
I'm trying to get this turtle off our screen.
Much like the fence,
Sean O'Malley promises that he is going to show up and win this fight. If this kid can become champion tonight, this arena will go crazy. And the whole sport will be turned on its head. Because when you have a guy that people see...
We're going to come back to the turtle, don't you worry. But we're going to get him away from the post no bills because that makes no sense.
You can never question it. Sean O'Malley has the goods.
The turtles are being approached by some humans who are now passing in front of the turtle. Everyone loves a turtle. Everyone loves a turtle. Hey, Bob, look at this. Yep, no one wants to help this turtle. Sean O'Malley's in the ring right now.
He looks like an even more imprint
He does.
Sean O'Malley, 25 minutes or fewer.
Is he really somebody that people find attractive?
You should see him without the beard. It's even worse. Okay, Aljamain Sterling is about to walk down, and I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom, bro. Hold it, Bob.
Wow, I haven't heard this song in a while.
What is it? What song is it?
I don't know the name of it, but it was one that was popular, I believe, when I was in high school. I think it's Drop It Like It's Hot. It sounds like kind of. Or maybe they just stole the, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like a more recent song, but I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Sorry for telling you that, but remember.
If you played this song and Drop It Like It's Hot at the same time, it would be the same song. I don't know why he's doing like weird elfin ears. looks very confident, very relaxed. That's exactly what we like to see as somebody's walking in the ring. Kind of having to stroll on down the aisle. You know, I think that the fights are always more interesting when the fighters are relaxed, they're ready to go. There's no nerves, there's no anxiety. It's not visible. He's calm, cool, collected, excited, ready to go in the ring. And I think that makes for a better fight. When you see fighters defeating themselves with their anxiety, it's just never very interesting. They're stiff, they're discombobulated, they forget the game plan. So this is like that.
Yeah, everybody that knows, right? Everybody that knows and recognizes Aljamain's greatness. But let me tell you something, man. This kid is living in this. He loves the booze. And I always look at their face when they hit the curtain. Aljamain loves this. He has now lived this. He loves this moment. Whereas O'Malley may look a little nervous. It's his big opportunity.
All right, so
as he would be. Look, he's staring out down now. He seems sure. But Aljamain's enjoying himself.
Aljamain better finish this guy, because if he doesn't, he's gonna get robbed. That's what I think. They love selling these degenerate guys. This guy is openly saying he cheats on his wife, and she cheats on him, and it's really not really a good thing to sell to kids, and that's what they love to sell. Mr. Fruity Pebbles is now in the ring. Aljamain came out with his own green stuff he's got braided into his hair, I guess, to appeal to O'Malley's crowd, which is a bunch of fake alternative kids who listen to degenerate music that supports the agenda. They think they're against the grain, but in reality, they're everything that they're everything that the ruling class wants them to be. And basically, to me, O'Malley is the embodiment of this kind of corrupt system. Like, he's just a corrupted guy. He cheats on his wife. She cheats on him. He's got a kid, and he's going around just sleeping around with everyone. And he's pushing this on to the young people. And Aljamain's like a guy who's worked real hard. You know, he's a wrestler. He's kind of clean cut. He's not too much of a loudmouth. I wasn't a big fan of how he faked the injury in the Jan fight, but he did come back and beat him in the rematch. He showed that he is a pretty dangerous fighter, but he definitely is not a big striker. O'Malley's a much bigger striker than he is, so he's really going to have to get him down. He's going to need to get O'Malley down. He's going to have to finish him, because if he doesn't, I think they're going to give it to O'Malley. I mean, because O'Malley's already got 2 robberies under his belt that I know of. He might have even more. They're showing the tail of the tape. O'Malley's 28 years old, 5'11". Aljamain is 34, 5'7", with a 71-inch reach. That's a pretty big reach for a little guy like him.
He almost neutralizes O'Malley's reach.
Yeah, O'Malley's also got a 72-inch reach, not too far, not too much of a difference there in reach. All right, we're going to listen to this right now. Both fighters are in the middle of the ring, staring at each other, very intense. It is weird. I think they're it doesn't even look real. They're just standing next to each other. It looks like blue screen.
Yeah, I think they're standing next to each other. Although, I don't know why Sterling is fluttering his pecs at O'Malley.
Yeah, he is. Sterling is fluttering his pecs. What the hell's that about?
Maybe he was flirting.
What the fuck is this piece of...
O'Malley looks a lot like Screech. If he grew up on the wrong part of town. He looks just like Screech from Saved by the Bell. You should see O'Malley without his facial hair. Of course, everybody cheers for him. Shows you a problem with the culture that they all favor these scumbags. Hey Bob, look at this.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy whose facial hair helps him a lot.
I mean, he needed to have like pink cornrows and lots of tattoos because otherwise he just looks like a young Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Not looking too good there. They are booing Sterling right now because they love this is just, you know, an idea of the populace. Now it gives you a little idea of what we're dealing with when it comes to the fans. This is the guys they like. This Sean O'Malley. I guess he's the embodiment of freedom, right? He has some kind of, not really freedom. He's a slave to his to desire, but he's a slave to all everything. He also promotes drugs. O'Malley, he promotes drug using as well. He promotes doing drugs. All right, so both fighters in the center of the ring. We're going into round number 1. Aljamain Sterling versus Sean O'Malley.
Fight.
All right, round number 1. They're calling out the fighters right now. Okay, they touch gloves. Sterling's heading to the opposite corner. Okay, we're heading into the first round. This is Sean O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling on UFC 292. You're watching FU Sports on FU TV. Both fighters opposite ends of the ring. They're about to meet. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, they're now in the middle of the ring. Both men. Aljamain Sterling clapping his hands together, throwing a leg kick, hitting Sean O'Malley, coming in real fast right now. Aljamain. He looks much smaller than O'Malley. Way smaller.
He knows that he needs to like leave no doubt, or he's going to lose.
He's got to put pressure on him. He's pressing O'Malley back. O'Malley's not setting his feet very well. He's not going to throw a punch or the drop of a dime. He's not in proper position to throw a punch. O'Malley feints a left kick, changes back into a southpaw position. Aljamain slowed down. He's not pressuring as much. He really needs to pressure forward. The head kick is a good idea because it brings O'Malley's hands up, which allows Aljamain to shoot in for the takedown. O'Malley doesn't. This is a very smart game plan, the way you saw Aljamain practicing that head kick in the back, because he's really not going for the head kick. It's exactly what I just said. He's going to throw the head kick to set up the takedown. Aljamain just now coming in real slow, but real pressuring, constant pressure. O'Malley hasn't landed anything yet. Big kick for O'Malley, didn't land. It was down the middle. Good idea for a guy who's shooting in like that. Aljamain lands a straight kick to the body of O'Malley. O'Malley is pressuring forward. Aljamain very relaxed, just wiping his hands, wiping his nose. Very fast on his feet. Aljamain's got really fast feet. Aljamain with his hands real low. I wouldn't do that. O'Malley is not a wrestler, so you shouldn't have your hands this low. It's not a good idea for Aljamain because again, this is a habit. But maybe Aljamain is trying to set up the takedown, so he's got his hands low. Not the greatest idea with O'Malley. Aljamain stepping in, just chasing O'Malley down. It's a lot of pressure from Aljamain. No strikes, but a lot of pressure. He's got to watch out. There's a jab that lands from O'Malley. It hits Aljamain pretty good. Popped his head back. No weight behind it, but it did pop his head back. Aljamain with a big kick. Big kick to the face, didn't land. Big kick to the leg, also missed. O'Malley stepping in with a feint. Another feint from O'Malley. He's changed back into a conventional style. He's switching constantly from southpaw to a right-handed stance. O'Malley's now in a right-hand stance right now. O'Malley pressuring forward. Aljamain's back into the cage. Aljamain bouncing around from left to right. His hands are real low. Not a fan of it at all. Now Aljamain jumps back. Big kick from Aljamain misses. O'Malley caught it. Yep. Aljamain just stepping back. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first round. No one's really taking the round yet. Maybe so far give it to Aljamain just because O'Malley's kind of fighting Aljamain's fight. Aljamain stepping forward, O'Malley throwing a kick. Aljamain just swooped it down. Didn't land. Leg kick hit. 2 leg kicks have just hit O'Malley. 3 leg kicks. O'Malley. Oh, nice kick right to Aljamain's knee from O'Malley, but O'Malley's eating 3 leg kicks, hard ones. O'Malley's a sucker for a kick, man. He eats all leg kicks. That's really that's one of that dude's kryptonites. He really cannot. Another leg kick hits O'Malley, knocks his right. It was so hard it knocked him back into another position. He went into like southpaw.
I almost think that O'Malley's a little bit of a weight cheat because
he's
definitely big enough to support being at a higher weight class.
Yes. He could be a lightweight. I could see O'Malley going to lightweight. What is he again? 5'11"? He's as big as Max. What's his name? Max, I think. Max Holloway. He's like as big as him probably. You could tell he could put more meat on his frame, but he chooses not to. I mean, he looks like a crackhead for real. He's very skinny. He looks like a meth head, just like what's his name said. The Cringe King. Not much going on right now. O'Malley seems to be kind of scaring Aljamain a little bit, but O'Malley's landing nothing. O'Malley's stepping forward with a lot of feints, but nothing thrown. Aljamain is very hesitant, but he's not throwing anything, allowing O'Malley to do anything. This is a very uneventful round. There's not a lot happening, but strikes landed. Aljamain, another grazing kick from Aljamain, the inside leg kick. O'Malley adjusting his cup, so maybe that kick did go up. It traveled up. It was a hard kick right into his knee, to the side of his knee. Again, Aljamain just throwing a lot of kicks, pressuring in with a kick to the body. He didn't land it, but he is pressuring and hard. O'Malley throwing a big spinning back kick and completely missing. Aljamain pressuring forward. O'Malley running away, darting left to right, darting to the right, darting in with a feint. Aljamain going for a takedown. If he was to get this, he sealed this win. He's hitting O'Malley with all kinds of short hooks. Right hand. O'Malley's controlling Aljamain's right hand because he does not want to eat any more right hooks while in the clinch. And another hook hits O'Malley. Multiple hooks hitting O'Malley. O'Malley looking at the ref like he's going to help him out.
O'Malley looks very...
Yes, this sealed the round for Aljamain right here. We've come to the end of the first round. This is definitely an Aljamain. This was the end of round number 1. I really got to fix that number 1 because it's activating a page. Sorry, I shouldn't have fight because it's the end of the first round, not the beginning of the second. Okay. We're going to listen to some of the stuff that's going on in between rounds. Here you go. So what did you think of that round, Bob?
I think it's good. I think what Aljamain is doing is what he needs to be doing. He needs to be aggressive. He needs to be on top of it. He needs to push the action. Because if there's any trace of a doubt, if there's any possible way to give the round to O'Malley, they will.
Well, yeah, close round. I think he won it at the end.
I think Sean O'Malley's corner just said that they think that Aljamain won that round. Okay, we're going into round number 2, people.
Both corners largely like the work out of their guys in round 1.
It looks like O'Malley's corner actually said that Aljamain had won the round. So you're going to see O'Malley's going to have to step it up at some point. But you got to keep in mind, when you start throwing those strikes, you start to open yourself up for being taken down. Or hit yourself. Who knows? Aljamain might have been working on your striking. Okay, both fighters at opposite ends. Huh?
Ref was like having a conversation.
Yeah. All right, we have Aljamain just coming in right from the beginning of the round, throwing a left kick to O'Malley's body. Aljamain just throwing body. Oh, Sean O'Malley falls from a kick. He slipped. She's short. This is what Aljamain should keep doing, right?
Yep. And Aljamain capitalized on that slip.
Yep, he did. And if Aljamain just keeps holding him against the cage and hitting him with these short right hooks, that's something. Oh, nice short and a left hook from Aljamain. O'Malley pressed up against the ropes. He's getting pressured. Look at Aljamain. His hair's just sticking up in the back. He's like a little predator. Little green hair. Oh, Aljamain's hurt. He's hit with a big right hand. Aljamain needs to block. Block, dude. What are you doing? Aljamain's getting beat on the ground. He really needs to watch himself. Oh, O'Malley hits Aljamain with what was it, a right hook? It was a right hook. Yeah, he needs to watch. Watch your face. What you doing? That's bullshit. Oh, they just stopped the fight. Bullshit. He wasn't knocked out, but like I told you, you got Dana's new bitch here. They want to push that bullshit onto the public. This is the guy they wanted to win. So at any time they're going to take it from the champion. That's what they did.
Considering
he was not knocked out. He was not TKO'd. He was not. It's bullshit. That's what it is. This is the dude they wanted to win, Mr. Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles is himself, the guy who bends over and does it all. He does the drugs. He pushes all the bullshit. Why do you think they said it in an Irish area? Why? Because he's supposedly Irish, right? So who really was intended to win this fight? This is why I said Aljamain had to knock this guy out. At any opportunity, they ended this fight. And Aljamain was going to lose this on the cards for sure. All right, so we got O'Malley winning by bullshit. I wouldn't even call that a knockout. I wouldn't call that a TKO. That's the champion. That's the champion. You're going to take it away from him like that? He wasn't even getting hit when they stopped the fight.
A champion who actually worked for that win, that's garbage.
And you got a guy in O'Malley with a puncher's chance. That's all he's got. He's fighting this dude who's 5'7", 5'7", who's got a reach advantage on him and all that, right? He's the bigger guy, and the UFC wants to push this guy, right? That wasn't a knockout. Aljamain was rocked. He got hit with a good shot. He's reaching in. O'Malley caught him with a right hand. It's a good right hand. It's not actually that great, actually. Aljamain must not have a chin because that wasn't even on the chin. It was on the eye. It was an eye punch. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't on the chin, but it did drop him. Maybe equilibrium kind of shot.
I think that was an off balance thing.
It's an equilibrium shot. It's on the side of the head, but he wasn't knocked out. Give me a break. He's not knocked out. He got caught off guard right here. Right hand, decent right hand, right? Decent. Aljamain basically put his face into the punch. He rolls over. He eats a couple of small shots on the ground, and the fucking referee stops the fight. He's not knocked out. They're showing it right now. He eats a couple of tiny... It's bullshit. He ate some tiny hammer fists, and the referee stopped the fight. Oh, dude. I told people, this is bullshit. They wanted this guy to win. They wanted Fruity Pebbles to win. This guy was not TKO'd, and he wasn't knocked out. Like I told you, they rob people for this guy, because this is what they want to push. They want this on your kids. So I would say, if you got kids, don't let them watch this fucking guy. Because what is he pushing? He's pushing this communist shit. He's pushing the end of the family. He's out there talking about glorifying fucking other women. And fucking other women, his wife's, and he's telling us that his wife is telling him, hey, she's cute, go fuck her. This is what his wife tells him. Is this going to strengthen your family? These ideas, is this strengthening your family? Giving kids these ideas, is this going to make this country stronger or weaker? We're going to have weaker family. I'm not going to say that. You think these rich people are doing this stuff? Well, most of them aren't, but there are a lot of degenerates out there.
That's everything that's wrong with this country.
And then he's smiling. It's bullshit.
He's got, but just look at him. Just look at him from the perspective of a human, right? He looks like a weak, gangly linguine noodle that probably has several serious drug addictions.
They call this a TKO. This dude is a total hype fucking scam job. They boosted this motherfucker to the top of the division. They boosted him up. He got a 69 tattoo on his arm. What do you think that means? Yeah, I know what that means. I know what this piece of trash is. You see that tattoo on his arm there? Yeah, trash.
Yeah. See, I just no thank you. No thank you.
This guy,
that's somebody who should never reproduce.
This Pedro right now should have had the win over this guy, and he should have been fighting Sterling. This guy, Vera should have been fighting Sean O'Malley right now. Not Sean O'Malley. He should have been fighting for the championship belt. Jan should have been fighting for the championship belt. Why the fuck did they bring this guy up? They gave this guy all these robberies so he could beat a pure wrestler. They put him in there with a wrestler, right? They knew this guy was not a striker, and he's way smaller. He's calling him the best bantamweight of all time. Yes, and you can lift yourself up, you fucking bum. You just lost to Jan in your previous fight and got a robbery win. They gave Screech the fucking fight. He didn't get a TKO and he didn't get a knockout. This is bullshit. Look, they're going to show... Look at this. I mean, the standards of the UFC are so low, man. Come on. Boxers land punches 10 times better than this. 20, 30 times a round. And they're building up this one punch. Oh, yeah, he got knocked down. So what? And he wasn't knocked out. He was fine. He hits him with a hammer fist. He's still not knocked out. Still not knocked out. He's eating these small hammer fists, right? He's throwing hammer fists back with him, Aljamain. And then O'Malley unleashes with all these straight right hands, right? He threw a big hammer fist, miss. Aljamain is turning with him. He's turning. He's not landing. He's missing tons of punches. He goes to turn, and then the referee ends the fucking fight. He wasn't even knocked out. He wasn't TKO'd, and he wasn't fucking knocked out. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. They gave this guy the title. They shot him up to the top of the fucking sport in this weight class because they want to sell you this motherfucker, this clown. They want to sell you Screech and tell you he's a real man. This is the bitch they're selling you right now. This little cornball. He's champion of the world. He lost multiple fights and they give him robbery wins. And then they shoot him up here and they end the fight as soon as they could. As soon as they could, they ended this fucking fight. Oh, there he's kissing his wife. He's kissing his little hoe-ass wife.
That other crackhead is his wife?
Yeah, that little Mexican lady. Or whatever she is. Oh, and they're booing Aljamain. You know, this is just a sign. You know, this is the culture.
Yeah, I don't care about this. Honestly. This was trash. I'm glad we didn't pay for this card.
Oh, no. Never. I said it from the very beginning. Why do you think I had the Dana White thing? I had a poster over here that I made. I made a poster for this shit because I said what it was. I'll show you right now. Look, then I saw this. This was my poster. You think I didn't know they were going to do this? Of course I did. Because I know how they work. This is the kind of guy they want to push. And the public is the problem. They're the ones that accept this guy. They're the ones that build him up. This is the idol they want. They want this guy. All right, so it wasn't knocked out. It was a decent punch. You can see his eye is swollen. The punch was mostly on the eye. Like I said, remember, did I not say that? Didn't I not say that, Bob?
It's garbage.
I told you, the punch was on the eye. Aljamain's eye was swollen.
But let's talk about this. The Zhang fight was...
Oh, yeah, it was way better. Way better.
So, as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
That was the main event.
This guy ain't no champion. This dude is no champion.
This is a person who
This guy got
genetics.
this foot motherfucker got steamrolled to this position he's in, and then he fought one of the weakest guys in the division, and he got a fake TKO win. He didn't knock that guy out. He didn't knock him out, and he didn't TKO him. The referee just stopped it. He stopped it. He was landing barely anything when the fight was stopped. He was landing these tiny baby punches. So Aljamain overextends himself and he eats this right hand. I mean, he saw the fucking right hand. You saw it? He closed his eyes before it hit him. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? Hey, wait. Is there some corruption happening here? Like, really? You saw the punch, right? You saw it?
Yeah.
He saw the punch coming. Also, he wasn't knocked out. What the fuck? He got hit with a punch on the eye. You hit him on the eye. That's why his eye was swollen. Look at his wife. What a pig. She looks like a pig. That's probably why she's okay with all his nasty shit.
Which one's the wife?
The little one in the pink shirt, pink vest there, pink blazer. He married like some little Mexican lady, right? Because he's a fucking hipster. That's what he is. Like your wife's not good enough looking. You got to go cheat on her all day.
I mean, look at her. She's not.
It don't matter. You know, it don't matter. He's a piece of trash, and he pushes this out there, and they let him do it. He went on the Logan Paul show, and they literally ask him this question. Oh, so you're in an open relationship? He's like, bruh, we had some good threesomes. It's like, yeah, you got a fucking kid. That guy told you. Is this strengthening America? Is strengthening Americans, right? There's this idea that this pig is pushing. But this is the guy they want to be the champion. This is it. This guy's been built up from the beginning. They keep giving him robbery wins. They keep making excuses. They literally said that Pedro quit when he was beating this guy. Pedro Munoz was destroying this bum. And they ended up robbing him. O'Malley kicked him in the dick, then poked him in his eyes. Then he hugged him in the ring like, you know, you're better than me, basically. And then later on in the media, O'Malley was saying, oh, I beat him and he quit. He beat him and he quit. This is what he said. He's such a great champion, right? He got, look at this. They got a bunch of clowns in the crowd wearing rainbow colored wigs. This is fucking pathetic. This fucking gimmick of a fighter. Well, let's see what happens to O'Malley next when he fights Jan or whatever. But anybody that gets in the ring with this motherfucker is gonna get robbed. If they don't knock him out, you're getting robbed. So you better knock him out, because if he catches you for a second, if this dude catches you for a second, they're ending the fight. They're gonna end the fight whenever opportunity they have. You cannot end the fight like that. You have the champion in the ring. He gets dropped. He's rolling around defending himself, and then you end the fucking fight. He wasn't wobbly. He was still defending himself. So how do you end the fight?
Yeah, and they let Zhang beat the fucking soul out of.
Oh, exactly. That's a great example. She beats the tar out of this woman from round 1 to 5.
Being beaten into mush.
She hit her with like a million elbows. This motherfucker landed one good right hand and then rallies with these tiny baby punches. This guy's defending himself, rolling around and everything, and they end the fight.
Like, you can't look at this card and see the Zhang fight go 5 rounds and then see that travesty of bullshit and say, oh yeah, that was legit.
Yeah.
It was absolutely not legit. Like, Aljamain Sterling was absolutely more present and accounted for.
Yeah, he won the first round.
Amanda was for 5 fucking rounds.
He clearly won the entire first round, and then he was winning the second round and got caught once. He gets hit with a couple of baby punches, and they end the fight. Keep in mind, this is Aljamain who fought Jan and was taking all kinds of shots from him. You think he can't recover from that? Of course he can. But they ended it whenever they could. They tried to end it as soon as they could because this is the guy they want you to worship. This is the guy they want you to keep looking at. Oh, there's your superstar. And now they're going to put him on all the different TV shows and everything just to build him up. Oh yeah, that's Sean O'Malley. They put him on a Wheaties box. They'd be like, who's that? Oh, that's pink-haired bitch Sean O'Malley. You know that he fucks all kinds of women? Oh, and he smokes weed and he's so cool. He does drugs and he cheats on his wife. Like openly. He openly tells people that he fucks random fans while being married with a child. He has a child. And he goes online and he's smoking weed and doing drugs on the internet. He's a fucking like internet bitch. He also pretends he's into rap music and all that. The dude's just he literally is a fucking clown. He's a clown and a joke to the sport. And they really did shoot this guy to the top. This guy had no business fighting for a title. The guy Vera, who beat his ass, who actually beat him, fought on this card. And he just actually beat the guy that beat O'Malley. He beat him, right? He fought Vera. Vera fought this guy today, the same guy that O'Malley had to poke in the eye and kick in the dick to get a DQ. And well, actually, sorry, he didn't get a DQ. They called it a no contest when he intentionally poked him in the eye twice and kicked him in the dick in a fight that he was losing. And that guy, what's his name? President Pedro Munoz lost tonight to Vera, the same guy that beat O'Malley. So Vera beat O'Malley, and he beat Pedro, the guy that was beating O'Malley before O'Malley cheated. But they're going to shoot this motherfucker to the top and have him have a title fight. Why didn't Vera get a title fight? Why didn't Pedro get a title fight? Those guys have done so much more at this weight class, way more than O'Malley has done, but they don't get the shot. Why? Why do you think they don't get that shot? Because they're not pushing the bullshit that Mr. Fruit Loops is pushing. Right? Which is that's cheat on your fucking wife. Fuck whoever the fuck is around. Go do a bunch of drugs. Act like a clown on the internet. Get a bunch of face tattoos and all this other stupid shit. Paint your hair like a fucking idiot. You know, the dude's a fucking joke. That's all it is. And the UFC, they keep pushing these bums. All they're doing really with this stuff is they're pushing actual men away from this sport. Real men. Right? This is the definition of a real man, right? This is
that looks like Bill Nye the Science Guy.
That's Screech. This is Screech over here. Screech grew a beard. I'll give him that. He looks better with the beard. He looks a little more like a little less like a little bitch. So whatever. Not a great fight at all. Main event was trash. Complete trash. Aljamain jumping right into shots. I said from the very beginning, he has his hands very low. He's fighting a striker, not a wrestler. So why do you have your hands so low? He's coming in hard, right? He's darting straight in straight lines. And he's got his hands low. You think you should have spent the entire training camp practicing deflecting shots, using head movement, all that. Like, what were you doing? He walks in the ring versus a guy who's a puncher, who throws punches predominantly as a boxer, and you're going to go in with your hands down to your fucking knees? What the fuck are you doing? All right, so terrible game plan for Aljamain. I think the head kick setups were good, but you could still throw head kicks and bring your fucking hands up. You really can. So I knew this was going to be a bad main event. I knew there was going to be something wrong with this fucking main event, and there was. I mean, you saw my image. Like I said, I made that image of Dana holding up his new golden goose because they really built this guy up. He didn't completely build himself. They built him. They wanted him to be a star. I'm gonna get some rain sounds in here because it's a little depressing seeing this. It's rainy over here in FU Sports Land on FU TV on YouTube. But always remember to subscribe because we need to save every time you subscribe and hit like and share FU Sports / FU TV on YouTube. It's FU TV. You save dogs. You're saving dogs with every time you hit like. You're saving dogs. You want to save dogs, do you? Do you want to save dogs?
Yeah.
We save dogs. Why don't you save dogs too? All right, so we're going to be getting out of here really soon. We're going to have some closing comments from Bob, and then we're probably going to be heading out of here. We'll be coming at you soon. All right, Bob. So what'd you think of the card? You want to talk loud and clear into that microphone? We're closing the show. What'd you think of the card?
I thought the Zhang fight was pretty good. I thought the Batista fight was pretty good. I don't acknowledge whatever this was that we just saw for a few minutes recently with that Bill Nye the Science Guy looking motherfucker. But yeah, so don't pay for these cards until they start actually giving you fights.
All right, the next fight I want to see from O'Malley, or the next fighter, I want to see either a rematch of Vera, or I want to see him fight Jan. I mean, this guy's, he's got a bullseye in his ass right now. Everybody's coming up to take this motherfucker out. He might be the guy who holds the title the least amount of time.
Good.
I don't think he's gonna. If they put Vera in there with him next, he's gonna lose. If they put Jan in there next, O'Malley's gonna lose. Almost anybody in the division could beat this guy. This guy has not fought the best guys in the division. You have Sandhagen who can come in there and he will destroy him. There are so many different guys. I can't wait to see O'Malley fight some of these much more superior strikers and wrestlers. These guys are superior to him in every way. I'll give Sean O'Malley, he's got decent timing. He's got all that length. So obviously, he's going to do a little better. He caught him with one good shot. I give him that, but he didn't do very good after he caught him with one shot. And this was an early stoppage. This is a very early stoppage. Not satisfied with the terrible main event. Co-main event was pretty good. The return of Chris Weidman wasn't great, but he did all right. Bob's got an image over here. You got to send it on the link, Bob. We're going to show you one more image. We're going to be getting out of here in a minute. We have an image over here, some evidence that Sean O'Malley might be the child of Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bob's once again brought this to my attention, as she's done many times in the past. She's constantly breaking the internet with these realities, these things we have to live with in this world. And this is another, you may not like it, but it's the truth. Sean O'Malley just might be the love child of Screech's mom and Bill Nye the Science Guy. Do you see it? Do you see the resemblance?
I do. I personally do.
Yes. I think I see it too. I see a lot of Screech in there. There's a lot of Screech in this guy. Damn, that's your hero right there, man. Right there, Sean O'Malley. Sean, I like to call him O Smelly. There's Sean O Smelly.
That's some genetics right out of Chernobyl. But you know what?
Yeah, that's inbreeding right there. That's the product of inbreeding.
No, thank you. Anyway, so...
Hey, ladies, you're going to be with this guy? This is the guy you're choosing to be with? Why, because he's a fighter? Is that what it is? He's a fighter, I guess. He's sort of a fighter. This pink-haired fucking Screech over here?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the card ended with the Zhang fight, and that was a good fight.
Yeah.
So, anybody who's an O'Malley fan, fuck off and die.
Oh man, that was pretty harsh. We have some good viewers and they're here to support dogs. Remember to subscribe to FU Sports on YouTube and follow us on Twitch and Rumble. FU Sports, but on YouTube we are on FU TV. Remember, FU TV. I'm going to add this the next time we do the stream, which is probably going to be next week or soon. I do videos throughout the week, so I'm going to be putting FU TV in there. Remember, FU TV. I might be bringing FUTV to all the other streaming sites and all that. But yeah, this has been a decent card. Not main event's trash. It looks like what I thought it would be.
This main event was the Zhang fight.
Pretty much. Yeah, the main event was just like, it was a load of shit. This is what it was. This is the guy that wanted to win. They've been building him up, giving him robberies left and right. This guy's a insta-ho. That's what he is. He's an insta-ho. He's all over the internet constantly.
Let's just wrap this up succinctly. O'Malley is a feckless, worthless piece of refuse who is just using oxygen that could be better used for, I don't know, aerating a trash heap. So as far as I'm concerned, the card ended with the Zhang fight.
All right, with that said...
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
They're KO in this sport. They really are KO in this sport with this one. You're watching FU Sports, people. Remember to subscribe and save dogs. Do it! And have a good night.